all you got to do is tell me, and I can get you down here, man. I mean, we'll pay. What do you need to move exactly?
Moving expenses. If we're gonna drive the truck, I need to get hooked up with the new place. So there's
That's $3,000.
Deposit. There's yeah, down there. Yeah, it's probably like that'll pay my rent for a year.
Yeah, if you move to Alabama with $3,000, you could live like a king.
Hey man, man.
Dust in Alabama.
That's that welfare rich. But can you imagine how sweaty Dust would be in Alabama?
Straight northeastern dude.
Just just give me a double wide trailer with central air, and I'm all good. All right.
Hey man, that's the dream down here. That's the dream down here. Hey, you wouldn't have to hang your shirts anymore because you walk outside and they're steam. That's how it works. So hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Enter the Realm, episode 56, the Realm of Collectors video podcast. Joining us tonight, it's the return of the Mack.
Hello.
That was me, dude, not you.
Oh, my bad. Agent H Part 2. Darius, is that some of Granny's peach tea there you're drinking there, dude?
Yes, it is. Hope I don't blow up.
Darius is joining us again for another session of knowledge. So get your notepads out. Kids, we're going to learn some stuff. Let's do some intros real quick. Going across the bottom of my Google Hangout screen. Coming up first is my very own personal Thunder Dan Harvey.
What's up, everybody? Coming at you with a slight Dutch angle. Harvey _Dent.
Did we retire the Savage already?
No, I just went with something different.
Okay.
Did you say the Dutch angle?
With a slight Dutch angle, yeah.
I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to.
The way I look on the screen right now, it's tilted. That's
okay.
The Dutch angle.
Oh, is that what that's called? A Dutch angle?
I thought it was a Dutch rudder.
I know what that is. I'm also. That's for TFCon along with the Cleveland Steamer.
We are sharing a room, Chris.
That's right. Robes and all. Coming up next is the man who never lets his milk get sour.
That's right.
Jay Patron.
But who really does, though? Like,
it's I think it's when you go on vacation. When you go on vacation, your milk goes bad. Have you ever seen? I've seen on Craigslist people post going out of town, half a gallon of milk, just come get it.
What's that? Is that from that movie? Is it you guys ever seen that movie Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
Yes.
Where the guy's like, look, if the milk turns out to be sour, I'm not the type of pussy to drink it.
Hey man, I mean, when you're a single guy, I'm telling you right now, it does happen. I stopped fucking buying milk 2 years ago because of such.
So this summer, my household averaged a gallon of milk a day.
Wow.
My kids just...
I got you beat.
Just fucking buy a cow, man, and start fucking rubbing them teats, man.
Dust, I told you I had you a job in Alabama, so I think you got it down all right, everybody. You said 2 gallons a day, Darius?
I got 2 gallons about every other day, yo.
Wow.
It's like my goddaughters, I don't know, that's all they eat is like cereal. That's it. I should have Kellogg's stock, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
Yep, 2 of my kids, that's literally all they eat. My 14-year-old, he pounds milk. He drinks it constantly, and I do too. I love milk. I drink a lot of milk.
Can I honestly tell you guys, I haven't had milk. Maybe I could count maybe on one hand how many times I had milk in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Dude, I love milk. Give me some devil cream, some little Debbie devil creams, and then a glass of milk.
Yeah, or those chocolate ho-hos with that ice cold glass of milk, man. Yeah.
My wife made a pineapple upside down cake yesterday, and I had way too much of it in 2 glasses of milk.
You're a bunch of domesticated motherfuckers.
I will say this about the milk thing. So my son, he's 4, and he asks for cereal every morning, but all he does is let it sit for a minute and then just drinks the milk out. Doesn't eat cereal.
Drinks the cereal milk.
I know we're definitely sidetracking on intros here, but I was a fucking cereal hound as a kid, man.
Oh, me too.
And it was like I used to eat it with the pot, with the handle. You had a pot, you had a handle. It was unbelievable. No wonder why I'm the size that I am right now. It was I was a serial fucking hound, and me, a buddy of mine, Gore-Tex, my homie Gore-Tex, he's a rapper, right now, nonfiction. Me and him, we wanted to open up a cereal bar. where you walk up and there's a whole bunch of cereal. And now I find out there's places like that.
Yeah, there's one in the city.
Like
In,
you walk up to it and it's like
downtown
all these
Village,
different type of cereals and they give you a bowl and it's like a cereal bar. We had this idea. I'm telling you guys, like back in the fucking early 90s, man.
So Dust, there's a place that does that in a mall near me. It's a cereal bar and they also have soup. That's all they have. Cereal and soup.
It's what, bowl something? Is it something with bowl? Is that the
I
title?
I don't remember
A
what
bowl
it
of
was.
ice cold cereal and a bowl of steaming hot soup.
All right, quick, write down a line. Favorite cereal. Favorite all-time cereal. I don't mean to jump on this, but favorite all-time cereal.
All right, Dan, favorite all-time cereal.
Captain Crunch, Peanut Butter Crunch.
All right, Jisk.
Close. Captain Crunch berries. Not the all berries, the crunch and the berries.
That's a good
The
one.
dingle and the berries.
Yep, gotta have
Darius.
both.
Yeah, I had to say Captain Crunchberries is another. It had to be my favorite growing up.
Dust.
I'm fucking with it, man. I was the berries, and when they came out with all berries, it fucks up the roof of your mouth. You can't do nothing. For
I don't
2
like
days
the all
later.
berries. I need that. I need the. fucking-
Especially if you're eating a pot of cereal, it fucks up that roof of your mouth, man.
All right.
You're not eating nothing for a
The
week.
pot makes sense. It keeps the milk cold. Think about
Yeah,
getting.
you got a handle. You got a handle.
Dame, what's yours?
Honeycomb.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna go with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
Couldn't get into this.
In my later years, I was a Cinnamon Toast Crunch fan.
Golden grams for me.
Grams is
I was
Yeah.
waiting for someone to say C-3POs, but
yeah, you gotta live in the real world.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd straight up eat some grape nuts.
Dude, I love
course.
Crispy Sticks, I love Rice
I let
Krispies, I love cornflakes, I like the simple stuff too.
Yeah, I like
grape nuts. It sticks his dick into a hole in a tree.
Hey, you get your grape nuts the way you get yours. Hey, let's finish our intros here. Coming up next, the infamous Silver Age, aka Dust Mites, is with us.
What's up, everybody?
If you didn't know,
How are you guys? Dust Mites. How you doing?
up next is the man too big for IGN, Victory Saber 77.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Rock and the fisherman cap too.
I know. I like.
Yeah, I like that look. I like that. He's a very EPMD. You know.
I like rocking it with headphones, man. I didn't have the nerve to do that.
Victory Saber Gilligan in the house.
There you go.
Little buddy,
Would you like to be my skipper?
Yeah, you know.
And my name is Pinkerton. I dabble in scamming paint apps. If anybody needs paint apps, I've got a hookup direct from Hasbro. And
I have
we're gonna
to-
get it going.
I would say I have to say about that too, but I not that I would say that you are scamming, but I'd be mad as shit too if that happened to
All
me.
right, guys. Let's talk. Last week we discussed my issues in the Facebook groups. Let's discuss Chris's issues.
Okay, so here's the deal. As you know, I dabble in selling things. Hashtag Crashbox.
Women.
So I buy and sell Marvel Legends, right? So I buy cases of Marvel Legends and send them to lucky people like Dan Savage here. Well, in this particular assortment of Spider-Man, there's doubles of two of the Spider-Man figures. So I put it out on groups for a very reasonable price. Sold them to a guy out in California. Had a great conversation with a guy. We're both. I'd actually watched some of his videos of his dial builds and stuff.
Both used to
He
hang
hits
out on
me up
street
and
corners when you were young.
Do what now?
I said you both used to hang out on street corners when you were young.
No, I
that's-
wasn't a California delinquent. So he hits me up and shows me this picture of this Spider-Man with a missing neck web. I'm like, man, that sucks. He's like, I really feel like you should have told me. I feel like you're trying to scam me. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? It's like, you could see it through the package. I didn't even look at that. I literally put them in boxes as the money came in and shipped them out. And long story short, I gave the guy his money back, and when I asked him for the figure, he blocked me.
Wow. Yeah, that's a bitch move.
Who really got scammed in this scenario?
No, I
He's a
got
fucking scam.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, and I believe like Greg for Mercy posted it in that also that he's known for that, or some guys he said that he's kind of known for doing that.
Apparently,
I don't know if it was Greg, it was somebody.
I mean, come on. No disrespect to Asian H, but listen, mass-produced figures like that, you're going to have some paint errors.
Of course.
I think they said that he's known for shaking sellers down, like saying shit like that to get money off.
Yeah, I mean,
He probably wiped it off himself. I mean, he didn't show you.
Are you sure that's even the original figure?
Yeah. It could have been the one he bought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. At the end of the day, the simplest thing to do is give him his money back, so he just shut up. Because he was like, you know how this is going to look to the Marvel Legends community.
Ooh.
Oh, dude. Here's
Like
the
he,
thing about it. I think from a
like he
customer
has like fucking stroke or pull and shit, you know? Ooh.
from a customer service standpoint, like you did the right thing. But from that dude being a douchebag, I would have said, "Fucking tell the world, bro. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit.
Yeah,
You're
honestly,
not
his
getting your money
ass.
back."
he was like, "What you should be doing is offering my money back and or partial refund and apology instead of being a smart ass." And I'm like, "You shouldn't have come at me like this. That's what I was gonna do
Come at me,
before
bro.
you started."
Yeah, especially if you had a conversation with the dude, that was on like on other shit. I mean,
Yeah.
do it to somebody, just be a complete dickhead.
Yeah.
It just makes you like, why do you want to, as collectors and as guys that like to hook everybody up, why would you want to go above and beyond for guys that aren't in our circle?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I know we promote that every day about the community and helping the community, and let's help everybody. But you know what? You run into this one or two fucking douchebags every once in a while that makes you think like, why am I fucking doing this?
Yeah.
Right,
Wow.
and listen. At the end of the day, I talked to Darius about this. You know, I'm not making a ton of money here. I'm not making it, honestly. I don't even know if it's worth the trouble, but I'm helping some of my buddies out get stuff that is just really hard to get based on distribution.
And you feel good about it,
And I
right?
feel good about it,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. That's what I used to do back in the day. I felt great. Yeah,
And
I
then
got it for you here.
And then I've got these people sometimes that just, it's like, it makes you not want to do anything for anybody.
Yeah.
And,
really
and sometimes
does.
you even take a fucking loss on it because you want to hook someone up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing, man. Those doubles in those cases normally aren't worth retail, especially if you sit on them for long. So I had them. It's no secret. They were $43 for 2 Marvel Legends shipped. So that's below retail after shipping. And then this guy pulls his shit. So whatever.
I think that may be a secret.
What's a secret?
You said it's no secret.
It's no secret. Mainly because I posted it literally anywhere that would let me. kind of like the promo for our show tonight. So.
Man, fuck that dude, man. 'Cause, fuck him and fuck all these guys that are like that, man.
That's what I told Chris, man. Yo, don't even stress yourself with it, you know.
But Chris, did
You
you call
can't-
Darius specifically to complain about the paint apps?
No, I sent him the picture. I said, "Listen, I sent it that while I was talking to him. It was the rest of it was transpiring. So, anywho, enough of silly internet drama. Speaking of silly internet drama, Dan, what'd you get?
He wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. You
I
gotta
think
always be ready.
I got digital stuff, so I'm not gonna count that. So I got the Deuce Egg.
Oh no.
Oh, we don't.
Nobody-
Hey, Jay Ruse, hit that noise. Oh, no, but I don't think anybody realized he wasn't here.
Yeah, I realize that.
He must be off not taking a picture right now.
Just a warm feeling.
Jay Ruse, yeah, we didn't mention it. Jay Ruse isn't here because secretly he has 14 kids and he's doing back to school shopping. With all of them. It's fucking, Jay Ruse.
What you meant is
he's
Jay
a
Ruse.
pimp.
He's got the target card out and he's doing damage right now.
Don't let Jay Ruse's small little Prince frame and nerdy stature fool you. That guy is a Mack.
He said
Prince.
Prince frame.
My
Are you talking like Prince, the performer Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's correct.
His little red Corvette.
That's right. What he
Jay Ruse
drives.
pulls the ladies
He
down.
drives a 1982 Corvette.
But he has a U-Haul attached to the back, and that's what puts all his kids.
So now, in my mind right
Purple
now,
Rain.
in my mind right now, I see the Dave Chappelle skits, but it's with Jay Ruse's face.
Yeah,
Oh, I
exactly.
see. Meme army activate. We need this. All right, so we're actually going to get to some content sooner or later tonight. So, Jisk,
Yo.
I see some pretty stuff behind you there. What'd you get?
So I got the Impossible Toys Quintessons, the Prosecutor and the Scientist. I think.
Guilty.
I didn't get the Judge, which is the one everybody wants,
Oh.
but that shit's like,
$850.
yeah, that thing goes for a mint. So I don't want to have to dip into my kids' college fund.
Hey
I
guys,
got the Hasbro MP Rodimus, the MP09, but the Hasbro version, and I don't know what I'm doing with that.
I don't know.
Oh, and then I got these things here, and for real, I don't know how I feel about them. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't know. I missed the shells a little bit. The shells I think had more personality
It's like a new piece of ass. You got to give it a day or two.
Yeah, you gotta let it settle in.
I don't know.
You gotta
man,
let
like,
it settle in, you know?
Either that ass is fucking getting you from the beginning, or you just learn to love the ass.
I literally was like, man, I may have made a $40 mistake.
Yeah, no.
Super still.
$40 is code for my wife is in earshot.
So I don't know. I don't know. It's contemplating my
I'm
life.
just saying, dude, get some Beast
Looks
Wars
great.
gear.
Looks fantastic, man.
It looks really good, man.
Thanks.
You're
Appreciate it.
protecting your investment, number one, and it's just up to you to make it more creative.
It's just. Yeah, no, that's
So,
true.
so,
You know,
get that artistic thing, juices flowing. Hit up Beast Wars Barry or Chris Pickerton for some, little
Barry
diorama
said he don't
action.
like me. That's why I don't come around no more. So he doesn't get my money.
Oh man, fucking Beast Wars
Right on.
Barry. Hates the Jisk. Hates the Jisk.
All right, Darius, what'd you get?
Nothing at this time. Things are coming in, but yeah, by the end of this week I should have something. But right now, nada.
All right. Dust.
Oh God, here we go. Anybody got the sound?
No.
Womp 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 womp.
I'll be taken for a while. So TFCon coming up, possible move in my future. So I'm trying to keep the pockets tight.
You know, I can help you fill those pockets, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we were discussing that a little bit earlier before you got into the room. So we'll be talking. So
All right.
All right,
Yeah,
so James. No, James doesn't come empty-handed.
Yeah.
no way. This guy's
Mr. Play Arts Kai.
Unless the post office is closed.
Yeah, I got some stuff. DC variant Joker from the Playarts Kai lineup. Kratos. I got the Halo 2 Anniversary Master Chief. I just got Boba Fett today. Got some Titans Return stuff at Target along with some Power Rangers Legacy. And
keep the receipt.
yeah, Titans Returned. I will admit that the wheelie's pretty good. The rest of them, like, I'll have to, I don't know. We'll see. And I think that's about
not
it.
much. Man.
No, not much. No. The one Target I went to was just a freaking gold mine. I found everything there.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I
was
saw that on
gonna say,
Instagram,
got
man.
like
You
the-
posted
Yeah.
it.
Got like the mecha target, man.
Yeah. So I did find the X-Men wave. But they didn't have Deadpool. But I got all those for a buddy of mine.
Yeah, I was shocked to see they had Wolverine and Cable in there, yo.
Yeah.
So once you have every Playarts Kai, is the last step just to buy all the stock? Once you've got all their figures,
Pretty much. Maybe I'll just,
you
maybe
buy
I'll
stock.
buy
You just buy the
doubles.
company.
Maybe.
Wholesale it out.
I'm just.
Look, listen, you
Square
guys are
Enix.
making it. You're not making anything else. Let me just buy the company. I like what you guys are doing.
So, yeah. And what'd you get, Chris?
Oh, hey, thanks for asking. Light week. I got a couple things. I got a.
Scam.
I got scammed. I did get scammed. I got some black matte paint from Walmart. No, I did, but I got probably the most disappointing SH Figure Art Star Wars figure I've bought so far. It was one I've been really waiting to, not buy, but I finally bought it. The Clone Trooper. It's the way his armor's cut. You can't really pose him worth of shit.
Awesome.
And I got I got the Alien Kane figure, which is an interesting figure because it comes with the broken. He's in the suit, his spacesuit, which those spacesuits are awesome. Shout out to Adam Savage, who actually has built one. It's an interesting figure because he's got the face hugger all over his face, which leads me to believe that who played that character would not sign off on their likeness, and they said, "Fuck you,
Yeah.
we're just gonna put a face hugger, and we don't care. We're gonna release it anyway." So,
That is exactly it.
yeah, too bad Apone never had a face hugger because he won't sign off on his either.
Well,
All right, so
they could change the fiction. They could always change the
they
fiction.
should always change
Yeah.
it. So that's it for me. Light week for me. So we have an absence of our photography showcaser, but I think we have the next best thing. Also Dan.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and do our
Third
photos. We have 2 photo things. We have the J Ruse / Dan showcase, and then we have our final 7 Deadly Sins challenge.
Now, quick question: did Dan pick the pictures, or did J Ruse pick the pictures and send it to Dan?
I picked the pictures this
Uh,
week.
You did.
Yes.
So J Ruse didn't even pick the pictures.
I know.
No,
lazy.
I got onto this early this
All
week.
right, who's got the check? Hold back his check this week because he's not getting paid. This week.
Send it my way.
Doc
Jesus.
is 28 cents.
He told me he wanted a pallet of loose leaf paper instead of his check.
So now we're gonna get fucking Dan's fucking artistic view of what he thinks that we should be showcasing. It's gonna be a bunch of fucking Dragon Ball fucking figures.
I'm still
Powerpuff Girls.
I'm still posting it
And
as
fucking,
Jerry's.
you know what, Dan? Just post up your Suicide Girl Squad fucking portfolio. That's what I want to see. Because I see it every day in my fucking Facebook feed, man. Dan, you're killing me.
Is it Powder Puff Girls or Power Puff Girls?
I don't know, whatever.
Powerpuff.
All right, I thought it was Power, but I thought I
Every
heard that
day,
say
every
Power.
day I go onto Facebook, it says Dan Harvey
Listen,
likes.
the Powder Puff Girls,
Dan,
that's
you're
a different
killing me,
deal.
man. You're killing me.
I appreciate a good figure. Don't change. All
All
right.
right, Dan, you ready to do some sharing of some screens here? You got
All
more
right.
than thumbnails for us?
I didn't screw up this time, I swear.
All right.
All right, so this is the part of the show that Jay Ruse normally does, but I'm doing it for him. I'm just going to show off some pictures. First, we're going to start out with the just the ones that are featured for the realm
Realm.
of collectors.
Realm.
Realm.
Wow.
So using the hashtag realm of collectors
On
Correct.
Instagram.
on
And then just
Instagram.
tagged on the back end of those, we have our 7 Deadly Sins. So it's just going to be one straight shot as soon as I.
Oh, so we're not
Sure.
going to split it up. We're just going to do one big hoo-ha.
Let's just go. Let's just get it off.
Before you get started, something just popped in my head. I have to realize nobody even mentioned that they saw Suicide Squad. Was it really that terrible?
We'll get to it.
Honestly, it didn't cross my mind, but I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Why don't we? Let's get to that after
Let's
this.
talk about that later.
Table rack. That'll
Yeah.
be a good discussion. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start screen sharing.
That was on my mental Rolodex of conversation pieces.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
All right. So let's start this off.
Oh, come on, Dan.
Sorry,
And you pick these pictures?
Shameless plug.
There you go, Jay Ruse.
You had to do it, J-Ruse.
Nice.
I was proud of this.
Is
All
that
right.
J. Ruse's photo?
No, that's a
No,
that's
it's
That's
Dan's.
Dan's photo.
No, but honestly, Dan, when I saw this pop in the feed, I really thought it was dope, man.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to shoot the bus driver.
You get a free pass on that one, man. Really nice job, man. Really looks good.
Thank
Well,
you.
let's, for the iTunes listener, Dan, why don't you explain what the photo is of?
Oh, so the photo right here is the Mayfex bank robber Joker, just kind of standing in an alleyway with some stolen cash and a gun. Just kind of, I don't know. He's got his back to you, but his head turned with a mask on.
Yeah, it's like he's
And
looking.
it-
Like the photos of the back of the figure, and he's kind of looking over his shoulder.
And would you call this a Dutch angle?
It is, in fact, a Dutch angle.
Is that
There you
a
go. I'm learning you
professional
guys.
term?
Anybody on
Yes,
iTunes,
it
these
is a
pictures will be on www.realmofcollectors.com
And on the Realm of Collectors Instagram.
at.
Realm of Collectors.
Oh, look at you.
All right. So let's get past this shameless plug here. Let's go on to this.
Next, I really wish the next one was another Dan picture.
I thought about it. It's going to be an all Harvey _Dent showcase.
That would have been hilarious, man.
Yeah, next time. But yeah, first one here is from Sir Tentacles. I don't know what his name is this week, but everybody knows who Tentacles is. Here we have, like in a woodsy area, we have Cosmos searching for something or other. I don't remember what his tagline for this was,
Your
but
ass.
sure.
By the way, it's
Well-
tentacles. It's tentacles_in_disguise. Right.
There you go.
I got to say something about this fucking dude, man. Like this photo is fucking insane.
Yeah,
Dude, he's been
Yeah.
tagging out like crazy.
his
lately.
outdoor shots are
It's-
fucking killing it.
So everybody knows Cosmos. For those listening, it's Cosmos, like Dan said, going through the woods, but he's floating. He's got some fucking UFO
Yeah, he's in alt mode, yeah.
coming out from underneath, and it looks legit
Look at-
as shit.
Now it's a
Scanning light
small
on it.
figure. It's a small figure, but it
Yeah.
looks like it's to scale. You know what I mean?
look at
It's
the-
in the
looks
woods
like
and
little
it looks to
mushrooms over
scale.
here, so it looks like Ed's saying, it looks to
So-
scale.
Yeah,
It looks
it's
great.
Who's Ed?
I don't know.
Nightwingham was saying that.
What am I at work? You call me Ed? It's Monday night,
excuse
motherfucker.
me,
Dust or bust.
Edward, may I have a topic?
Clean up
Clean up
aisle
on aisle
7.
3, Ed. Clean up on aisle 3.
Somebody pissed in the ice cream cooler.
A
Okay.
boy spilled some milk.
All right. Nice shot
It
there.
was 1%.
I bet it was.
All right.
Yeah, great.
It's definitely gonna be one of those nights tonight.
All
No
right.
structure here, fellas.
Oh crap! I forgot what this. Oh, here we go. Thanks, I got it. This one is by Waveski. Not sure how to pronounce that properly. I have no idea what these figures are, but I just really like the posing on them.
Yeah, I have no idea how to tag this picture because I don't know what's.
Any idea what this
Let's
is?
ask our fact checker.
No, I have no
Now
idea.
we're looking. Who's the artist?
Waveski.
At Wave Ski, one
Yeah,
word.
WAVZKI.
Wave Zicky.
Waveski.
I like that. It's crazy when not even James knows. He's like, I don't fucking know what this
I don't
is.
know what the fuck that shit is, man. That's some crazy underground Japan shit.
That pink guy, you can almost see his balls.
You can see his balls.
I don't know, this is cool because it looks like it was shot on a rooftop and it's got this dude who's kind of. I don't know.
Dan said it's really cool because you can see his balls.
Yeah,
If
that,
anybody watching knows what this is, put it in the chat.
yeah, please. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck it is. I just thought it was cool. He has that weird kind of. His elbows are all weird, and I can't even get myself into whatever this is. I don't
The
know.
jacket on that other character is pretty dope.
I got an idea for Jay Ruse's Realm of Collectors photo thing. Why don't each of us pick every week?
Yeah, that would be a cool
We
idea.
do what Jisk likes to see. What
So-
Dutch might like to see. Fuck
So,
it.
Nightwingham said in the chat, "Look at those ball joints."
Chat winging them.
All right, so there you go, Waveski. That's a pretty cool shot. Keep it up. All right, and then this one. This one is done by Star Wars Aholic. I like this one just because you don't see a lot of like group shots, where people are interacting. These seem like they're the. I don't know. Are these the older ones or are these like KOs? I don't know what they are, but
They look like customs and
Yeah,
some,
same.
and
Yeah.
So with Burt Reynolds.
that is actually.
He looks. No. He looks.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, he had a whole series of these, but I chose this one just because this one looked like somebody just walked into a public area and people were just took a picture and it's simple but it's great.
It's time for Burt Reynolds' mustache. It's time for Burt Reynolds' mustache.
That's a funny hat.
Yeah. Cool little Star Wars shot.
It's a hat. Funny hat.
Hey, somebody has my haircut too.
I think so.
I didn't know
Does it
male
bother
pattern
anybody
baldness
that
was
it's
so.
not in focus? That it's the photo's
It
a little blurry?
isn't in focus. It is not. It is a little.
No, it's a little blurry.
But
I don't know
it
if that was
kind of,
intended.
but hey, it kind of gives you that Star Wars 1970s
Gritty, grainy.
And I
film
did
footage.
not know that male pattern baldness was so prevalent in the Outer Rim.
Hey, yeah.
That's what they call his hairline.
Realm Rim.
Rim of collectors.
All right, so
Rim
great
job,
job, Star Wars Aholic. Really nice.
Oh shit! Fucking brave man. Yeah, pop in your Instagram, man. Everybody right now, man. He's he's in class right now, listening to the show, watching the show, and he said the ROC ain't nothing to fuck with.
Tell them we're gonna drag it out as long as possible before we start the Darius stories, just to push it.
Yeah, I tell you, he's in for the Darius Chronicles. That's all he's in for.
Shout out to Philly Tea Talks. All right, what you got next there, young Daniel?
All right. Oh, next one is by Dr. Nevermore. That's never with an NVR. He's got that
More?
Amazonic. What?
That you are my spelling doctor?
Yeah, Dr. Nevermore.
Okay.
Dude, this is Chris is loading him to the IG.
Is it our
Yeah,
underscore?
man.
No, it's all one word. DOC.
Do you and Jay Ruse conversate before this, Chris?
No, Jay Ruse watermarks the pictures for me.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, J. Ruse goes the extra mile.
So tomorrow when
funny.
I'm doing a fucking flipogram, I'm really gonna be fucked.
Nah, it's all
You'll be
good.
alright.
We got it.
But yeah, you got a cool shot here of I think that's one of the new 52 Jokers with the Amazon exclusive Suicide Squad Harley. Just really nice how he's got the contrasting colors, with the green hair, the red lips, then her bright blonde hair with her blue. I mean, just really nice pose. Got his hands around her waist.
Yeah, it's a nice pick, man. That's
Yeah.
I'm seeing more of these multiverse figures looking, being. Shit, people are shooting these pictures of these really well, even though the figures suck.
Yeah, I was
Great
just saying
job.
that's the best angle Harley there is for that figure, the side view, and keep it that way.
Set in a high angle shot.
The angle of the dangle.
Yeah, great job, Dr. Nevermore. Just keep it up. Honestly,
Nevermore. Nevermore.
And then, of course, we got our very own Studio Dre coming at us with his heat.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a great picture.
Yeah.
I mean, just what can you say about this if you're actually watching and not listening? Because
Well, why don't you tell? What can you say to the audio listeners?
It's a very hard transition. We are a video podcast, but we have to script things that we're talking about for the audio listeners, Dan. Come on.
Describe.
Descript. It's a new
Tell
word.
me about a time.
I'm writing it right down right now.
All right, so what we have here is we have a very nice picture. I'm not sure because it's not black and white, but it's definitely like a sepia. Thank you. So it's kind of an old-timey looking thing where you have Fans Toys Hound kind of fighting along these soldiers, getting ready to go into action. I don't know if those are like the G.I. Joe.
These are Mega Bloks, look like
Yeah,
the Mega Block figure.
Okay.
So Hound is storming Normandy right now.
The only thing I would have wished for this photo is if there were like some dirt flying around to
Yeah.
make it look like
Put all
explosions and shit.
explosives.
Or would it also look good if they added a little more grainy effect on the picture, like worn out, look like it's an old
what
picture.
kills me is like we were like, wow, and what looked better?
No, I got this thing. You know what, Dre? We know you're a professional photographer, but fucking step your game up.
Yeah, throw some fucking dirt, motherfucker.
Listen, you let the amateurs take care of this, all right?
But it's a great
Don't.
shot. I mean, it just looks good. I mean, the green's muted, but you can still see it. I mean, it's just a
Yeah, it looks
killer
great.
shot.
Really nice shot.
Nice, crisp, and clean. I mean, even got a little bit of blur effect over here. Like this guy's actually running into it. Just great job, Dre.
I saw it. I saw it in my feed and I stopped and I was like, wow, this is really good.
Said Fans Toys Hound.
Shout out to Willie. What you talking about, Willis?
All right.
Hey, real quick, Dust, click over to me. I want to show
I'm clicking over to you.
show some artwork from the community.
Dude, already,
Oh
man?
my god.
Wow.
Lightning fast.
say
Lightning
Matt-
fucking fast.
Matt Ellis,
That is-
aka
Shout out, Matt. Great job.
is the quickest draw in the West.
No, I think you know what? We got a bunch of fucking jackals in this fucking community, and I love it, man. Wow.
And while we're here, let's show off Brave.
I'm in class listening. What's your excuse? Thank
You
you.
know what I love about that Purple Ruse is not even Jay Ruse knows about it.
Go back to Purple Ruse real quick, man.
That shit is so funny. You better tag him in it.
Oh.
Holy shit, man. Fucking Iron Claw, man. Thank you.
Way to go, community. I tell you,
Hey, man, the ROC ain't nothing to fuck with.
That needs to be on the RLC Facebook page. That needs to be the header.
The cover page, yeah.
I can make it happen. All right, I'm sorry, Dan, to interrupt your segment.
No,
That was well worth it, man. The way we're going tonight, oh, yeah, that's definitely worth it.
Anything goes, man. That's great.
All right, I think this is the final one. We got at Toybox Picks. Is this one of your buddies, Chris?
I don't. I know Rick's nearby. We've actually never
I saw he
met.
was
But
in Alabama, so I figured.
he's in Alabama. He's about an hour away from where I live.
But here you go. You got a great shot of the Marvel Legends Rogue with the onslaught with the new Magneto head, just going right at him. Just a killer clean shot with the fire effects.
Also,
Grabbing that ass.
Studio Dre in the chat said, "Fuck you guys," and thank you.
For Bogart and his. Sorry.
But yeah, that'll do it for us here on the J. Ruse Showcase Special Spotlight, whatever he calls it.
If you want to be showcased, there's
Just use the
hashtag Realm of Collectors.
Realm.
I feel like I need to sit back in my chair holding a PlayStation controller. Yeah, if you want to be in a Jeru Stone.
All right, so next up we have the final installment of the 7 Deadly Sins photo challenge. It's been 7 weeks.
Hold on. Just before that, though, the Riddler Circle, who I believe is still watching, hopefully he is. He actually got a late entry, and so I want to make sure we just showed it because it's pretty funny. This one was for Pride.
Can we include that in the?
Well, here's the deal. We have seven. We have four guys that have participated in every one, but we'll get to that in a minute. Hang on just a sec. I'm getting this.
Yeah, I just wanted to show this one because this is really funny because he has the
Dan always throwing wrenches into fucking works here. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's not in the battle, but we're gonna add it anyway before the battle, before we intro the battle and da. Sorry, Dan.
If you put the effort in, I think you should be able to.
Yeah, well, you could have put it under
honorable mentions or something.
No, there we go.
All right, let's get to the last one, which is gluttony. So this is from Daltonian. It says, for a thin guy, this Titan is a true glutton, eating his snacks of Titan Masters. At least they're flavored, right? Yeah, that little guy is as good as dead. Nice shot there, Dalton. And Dalton participated in all 7 of our challenges. All right.
Good job, Dalton.
So, and up next here is the Energon Addict. Really cool shot of Unicron and a bunch of movie bots here. It is the last slide you'll see. It's the light that pulls you in to meet your demise. The light of Unicron, the epitome, big word, of gluttony. He cares for nothing. Not Autobot, not Decepticon. No form of life he cares. Only to feed his everlasting hunger, and will destroy and digest all of who are in his path. And good luck getting that to work, Magnus, you bum. And Magnus is holding up. So nice shot by Energon Addict. He also participated in all 7 challenges.
That's not a figure, that Unicron, right? That's a still from...
That's artwork.
That's artwork.
But that's very fitting considering
you wish you had a Unicron figure that looked like
that. What's really cool is the work that he put into the explaining.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm reading these. I'm reading these because several of these guys have made some really cool things here. So.
Well, I turned the post off. Oh shit! I want to do that.
I have no idea what's happening, Dan.
Dan's.
All right. Up next is Kenny Prime. And throughout the years, Megatron had his habitual greed thwarted by Optimus Prime and the Autobots. Stellar cycles later, a new Megatron took the namesake and saw his chance to right all the wrongs the Autobots had done to his ancestors. Gluttony never ceased to exist on the Decepticon side of Primus's children, and seems it never will. Got an awesome picture of what is that?
Transmetal Megatron.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Transmetal Megatron and is that MP1?
Yes.
Yeah, MP1.
Yeah, it's MP1.
He's got them short stacks.
Nice MPO1 grab there, buddy.
Yeah. So nice work there, Kenny Prime.
Shout out to KP.
Shout out who's ever vacuuming right now.
Yeah, who's vacuuming right now? Vacuuming?
All right, this one comes from the artiste himself, the artist formerly known as Iron Claw. Iron Claw's gluttony is he's got these are the fans' toys, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Shout out to occasional kid Matt here. And they're doing some damage to some trees and twigs.
Yeah.
Gluttony with the ability to break down organic matter and convert it into energon. The Insecticons gluttonously consume entire ecosystems in order to satiate their thirst for energon. I tell you what, guys, the grammar this week is fucking phenomenal.
It's like, are these the guys that are with us? Really?
If the Insecticons can do that, why didn't they all just get whatever? Why didn't every Decepticon just get an upgrade to have that same ability?
It's a little heavy on
the drones.
Iron Claw participated in all 7 challenges.
Shout out Iron Claw. Nice. Who's vacuuming? Who's drying their hair?
Hey, you're not done, are you, Dan?
No, I was just checking the chat wall. You guys
we got the chat, man. It's all good.
All right.
Live.
Mikey, I like this one.
This one comes from Riddler Circle. We all know Michelangelo loved pizza more than any of the other turtles and could probably eat any pizza place out of
What'd you call him?
Michelangelo. I don't know. It's kind of just
Melangelo.
look, dude. It's been a really long fucking day. I'm just glad to be upright at this.
I like all those little Coke cans and bottle cans and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of detail right there. It's a really good shot. I like it.
For those listening, it's got what's the vehicle called?
Turtle Man.
Turtle
Party
Man?
wagon.
Is it
Party
Turtle
wagon?
Man?
Is it the
Party wagon.
Woo!
It's got the aerial view of the party wagon. Michelangelo's laying on top, all sprawled out. There's 3 open boxes of pizza and a shitload of soda cans and bottles and stuff all around the car.
Just search Party Wagon on Pornhub. You'll see the picture.
Hey, Dust, you're thinking about the Bang Bus.
No, excuse me.
Either way, you'll see
That's old school, man. That's where it originated. We can
That's
get into that. We're going to do a beers and porn show
That's right. All right.
after hours.
And I think that's all I got.
Nope, I know you're missing several. You're missing one from boy, I don't know what search engine you and you and Jay Rusmish use the same shit search engine.
Well, I tell you what, I was in the ROC account when I was looking for these to make sure I could see everyone, and those are the ones I saw.
So the 4 people that are in the running for the contest is Dalton, Energon Addict, Iron Claw, and Kenny Prime. Guys, I'll be contacting you about how we're going to do the voting, and the winner gets a prize out of the prize closet.
If you could just put together all 7 of your photos and write a brief description of your emotions.
Right. What I'm probably going to do. What I'm probably going to do is have
800-word essay.
What I'm going to do is have those guys each pick their favorite picture of the 7, and then make a collage of that and have everyone vote.
All right, so have the community vote.
Yeah, because I have no idea how else we're going to vote on 7 pictures. After we rolled this out, I was like, how the fuck are we going to?
It sounded great on the board, but when it's done,
Didn't fully thought this one through.
Yeah, it's like Force Awakens. It sounded great concept, but what the fuck are we gonna do? Shout out to Force Awakens. I still hate it.
All right. So we will have a new challenge posted up probably before the end of tomorrow. Not a challenge, a photo battle.
We're going hashtag RC challenge, man. We taking it back? We gonna take it back?
We're gonna see. We'll make a post. We'll make a post and let the world share it. Get that water, Dan. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it.
Chug.
What we don't know is what's that's either horse urine or Crystal Pepsi.
Come on, it's definitely Crystal Pepsi.
All right, so we're gonna get to the segment where we ask Darius some questions, and the chat can ask Darius questions, and Darius, give us just the nickel intro, since this is a different show, we might have some different listeners of what you do exactly, and just the quick version. By the way, everybody, this is the 2nd episode in a row where Darius has been a guest on here. Last episode was very informational. Shout out to Brave for pimping it out all over the known universe. He was really impressed by Darius being on and sharing what he shared. So.
Thank you, Brave. Well, I work for Company H. I do design, various from action figures, packaging, layouts, all that bullshit, and been doing it for them for about 10 years now. So, any questions? Come on up and just send them our way.
So, real quick, we totally blew by something, and we'll roll this all in together. Darius, how did you like Suicide Squad?
I knew it was gonna be when I heard that they were doing reshoots, that there's not gonna be as great it was supposed to be, but I enjoyed it. What I didn't like is that all the hype with the Joker being there and he was hardly in the movie, And but in the end of the day, I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. That's what I have to say. You know what it for me was. I'm not going to try to give anything away, but I watched it with a whole bunch of people there, and there was kids watching it. and there was a scene where it was a pivotal scene was going on near the end, and there was a couple of kids were screaming, "No, don't do it!" And it got into it. It got immersed in the storyline. And I think that's what's missing with some of these comic book movies, that that adventure and get immersed in that story. And if kids can get into it that way as a fun movie, to me, it's worth it. I think what happened is that people get so wrapped up and so serious into the movie, into comic book movies, superhero movies. Oh, look at his face. What's going on with you, Dan?
Sorry, kind of
You're
goes
right.
to Yoko's favorite theme.
Anyway, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a fun movie. They psyched Batman being in it, and he was hardly in it, and Joker was hardly in it. So those are the only two things I was kind of disappointed about it. But
I think Batman was in it more than I thought. I was happy to see what I saw.
I was.
Batman.
it worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked. But I just was thinking, I don't know. I just thought maybe it would be more impactful.
Honestly,
Let people know that you guys are going to be spoiling the shit out of this.
Hey, man, come on.
No, I mean, I don't think
I
we
haven't
need.
seen
I
it.
don't think we need to be.
Oh, this is gonna bounce out.
No, I don't think.
I don't
I don't
think
think
either.
spoil anything. I think.
But
we
I
just-
didn't think I
I
spoiled
mean, honestly,
anything.
No, I don't know if you did.
We always try to do a show like for the newest nerd movie out, but I don't think this deserves 60 minutes from our time.
No, it doesn't. Let's do.
No.
Just I know you keep a running tally here, and I know you haven't seen it, so we'll ask everybody who has. Dan, 1 to 10.
I'm teeter-tottering between 6 and a 7. I mean, it was definitely better than I expected.
All right,
but
6.5. Jeez, that's not hard, Dan.
We don't want your input, just your fucking number.
All right, just get to see it. Darius, what would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
7.5.
Okay. Dust.
5.5 to 6.
James, did you see it?
Nope.
All right.
Are you gonna see it?
Yeah, I'll probably see it.
I was gonna wait for nope.
Nope. I'll see it on the ARG. By the way, if anybody sees it on the ARG, I'd love to watch
It's
it.
not been on the ARG, man. That's why I went to fucking. I paid money. We
Hey,
do a nerd podcast. I went and paid money for a fucking movie, and you motherfuckers didn't watch it.
Hey,
Chris, you haven't seen it yet either?
I've
What's
seen
your-
it. I saw it. I saw
What's
it.
your rating, Chris?
I'm gonna give it a 7. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I want to watch it again because I think there's a lot of little nuances.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you guys, I went and saw it in 3D, and honestly, the reason I did no, I'll tell you why. The reason it did is I took my wife and both my kids went, and it was 7 o'clock for 3D or 8 o'clock for non 3D at the time we could go, and I'm like, my daughter will fall asleep if we go at 8, so we just went at 7. And I think as much fun as 3D is and as immersive as they make that, I think you miss stuff because you get focused on like what's right here instead of what's in the background. So
I get what you're saying.
I want to watch it again. I enjoyed. I think Batman was in it just enough.
yeah.
Yes, he was.
I think the Joker was in it.
Too much.
No,
I
thought
think it
the-
was too much.
I thought the Joker was in it enough,
I
but
could
obviously
even-
Jared Leto thinks he should have been in it a lot more.
Yeah,
But
right.
I think I liked the way that Joker works. I like that he's, and I'm not giving away anything. I like that he's
No,
like
you're
a-
not giving
he's a-
because we
he's a-
all seen it. Yeah.
right, but I like that he's in society.
It's
He's
different.
not some outcast. He's a gangster. He's in the club.
Yeah,
but
I
people
like
are scared
that,
to death
yeah.
of it.
Like-
I really like that angle.
I was telling people like you're looking at a younger Joker who's in his late 20s. Would you say late 20s? Is that who he is? Late 20s, maybe early 30s.
Oh,
Yeah.
considering him 40, maybe.
Well,
What?
something I did read.
I don't think he's gonna be 40.
No,
No,
something
Jared
I did
Leto's
read.
40.
Something I did read is that the Joker will be a lot older than you think he is, and you do bring up a good point because Jared Leto was in American Psycho.
Yeah,
My wife pointed that out.
Yeah, like 20 some odd years ago. But what I was saying was like,
killed the Joker years ago, is what she said.
if you were gonna put like Joker in a today time with our today kids in what they're doing now, it's exactly what it would be. The baller in the club with the bling and the showing off, with his crew. And what I liked about him was, I don't think he was groundbreaking. I think it was more of there was a lot of ledger in him, but the way he shifted emotion was great. The way his body chemistry came off was great, one way to another. But I don't think like character-wise, with his voice or what he said was, oh my God, this is fucking incredible. He kind of took what Heath Ledger did and turned it a little bit more swag, a little bit more modern, So that's what I got out of it.
I don't know. I didn't get much of a Joker vibe from him. I mean, there's stuff that kind of felt like the Joker, but I'm not sold on it personally.
I say give it time when.
No, of course.
Because when he will be in the next Batman movie, we're probably going to establish that little bit more of that Batman Joker relationship. And I agree that I think this Joker is the older Joker because, mind you, this is Batman being there in business for 20 years now, right? Yeah. And he's been battling the Joker for that amount of time as well.
Jason Todd.
But
Excuse me.
Nerd Rage said that the director, somebody came out and said it's not.
Yeah. Of course he's going to say that, because if that's the way everybody says it's going to go, nah, you're out of your mind. It's not. It's not him. Come on, man. Come on. We all fell for that.
Well, I could put in a few cents about that. I personally think the next step they should do is they need a Joker and Harley movie, just strictly them, and they needed to develop that relationship.
What I thought was. I'm sorry, Chris. What's up, man?
No, I was just going to say Joker and Harley movie. I think that would be hard to keep, because listen, when they're on the screen together, you're like, what the fuck's fixing to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they can hold that tension for 2 hours.
For 2 hours, yeah.
They're gonna have to. There's gonna have to be.
You build it up. You show her meeting him because she came in.
Exactly, and
you could try to make her career with him, and you could just sit there, it'd just be sessions, then maybe. Flashbacks to crimes or whatever, throw Batman in there capturing him, just brief.
Dan, you're right.
I liked that movie the first time I saw it when it was called Silence of the Lambs.
Hey, you know what? Listen, that would be a good picture. That would be a good picture. And listen, there's only like 8 original ideas in the world anyways, Jisk, so might as well take one that worked. The only thing, there's 2 things that bothered me about it. One was, I don't guess it's giving away anything. I did not realize there was going to be so much of a supernatural aspect to the movie. I'm just going to leave it at that.
The villain was terrible. The villain
because I thought that it would be more of a grounded in reality kind of thing based on what some of the stuff I had read and the characters. I'll tell you. The other thing that bothered me, it just kind of lagged hard in the middle. I mean, it lagged really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they went to the bar, that was a cool scene, but it was just like before the third act, it just took a fucking nap.
What I tell people was, I don't know so much about the DC universe that I could say, was it close to the fiction? I don't know much about Deadshot. I don't know much Slipknot, or whatever the fuck his name was. All these other characters. I know Batman, I know Superman, I know Joker, I know Harley. I know the basics of a DC universe. So I can't say my 6.5 or 5.5 or 6 is going towards that angle. I do know how good a movie is. And the movie kind of lagged. There was no flow. There was plot issues. It just didn't feel like. There was times I'm looking at my phone. Is this almost over? And I shouldn't do that at a movie. You know what I mean? And it wasn't the quirky or the 25 different songs in the first 18 minutes. It wasn't the, hey, Harley's doing something stupid. Da-ding, da-ding, da-ding. Let's throw another song in there. Yeah. It wasn't Killer Croc being the MC guy, or, hey guys, Killer Croc is a black man. We got it. We understand. Yeah. We don't need to throw all that bullshit in there, but it just didn't flow right. It just didn't seem like.
Is it like Guardians with the music that they just?
It was Guardians times 5.
That's exactly it. I think the problem was that. From the reshoots, it looked like the reshoots tried to make it more like Guardians than it was originally.
Exactly.
And I think they should have left it alone how they intended to be before. So I guarantee we'll probably get a director's cut with how the director, fully intended to be with the original shoot. I hope.
I think that's how we'll see all these DC movies. One more quick thing. Oh yeah. One more quick thing I'll tell you guys that I thought was funny. So. There's I won't give it away, but my early on, well, after we meet everybody, my kid has all the pop figures, like literally everything that's out, and I said to him, hey, do they have a figure of him? And he said, No, I figure he's gonna die first because he was dead on the money, right? So I'm not ruining it.
Well, it was in the comic too, man.
No, and it was.
Yeah.
You knew it was
dead on
coming.
yeah, but I thought it
Yeah.
was funny that my kid's like, yeah, they didn't make any merchandise of that guy, so I figured he's gonna die.
No.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That's a toiler right there.
A toiler. Oh yeah,
Toiler, shout toilers everywhere.
That's right. All right. So I'm sorry, Darius. We got
It's
sidetracked
all
there.
good.
but
We got time. No
It's
worries.
Darius time.
All good.
So
now we got crickets.
Is that
Now we
Mike
got
you?
the-
Is that Mike you?
You got the Q&As. You got those questions ready?
I mean, I don't. I have one question, but I'm gonna save it for a little bit. But let's start off again. I don't remember where we left off, but we start talking about you working for Company H?
Yeah, we already just we was talking about
And
it.
how
We talked
did you
about
get there?
how I started.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, from starting with working for Toy Biz and then transferring over to Company H and etc. And discussing some of the stuff that I worked on, and then also the process of how back then how most of the figures is made between from design, sculptor, tooling, and processing in the factory. But now today's standards, we still work with sculptors depending on the figures, but now we're starting to rely more on 3D rendering.
Right. That's what you were gonna say, and you
Yeah.
started doing some 3D rendering now, right?
Yeah, because that's what the technology is now.
So it's almost like they're cutting out the middleman. Their attitude is, let's just have the artist be able to just do both. They draw it and render it at the same time.
Yeah, of course, yeah, but then but the sculptors are still in high demand because even the sculptors are doing 3D rendering too, so they also learn how to do it. And as well, to get some of these head sculpts, they use a lot of they do. I'm sorry, they still rely on sculpt artists to do do head designs. Because sometimes it's really expensive to get like one of those 360 head scans that goes around. Mattel
Right.
does that a lot for their wrestlers, but we use a lot of the sculpt artists, and we do some 3D renderings because depending on if the actor, let's say we do like the movie line stuff like that, if the actor wants us to use their likeness, you can see some of them look spot on, some of them kind of looks like them, but not really. Because it all depends on how they feel and their contract, if they want their faces or their likeness to be in it. So if we don't, we use a 3D rendering for, like, for instance, what's his name, Chadwick Boseman for Black Panther. His contract wasn't able to have his likeness, so we used a 3D rendering just to get it kind of close to him, but not fully like him. But as you see for Doctor Strange, where Benedict Cumberbatch or whatever he say his name, you could you can see him. You can see they really got his likeness spot on. For Doctor Strange. So it really depends on the artist and the actor and the likenesses and artists, stuff like that. So yeah, so we use a mixture of both.
So now, have you when an actor does give their approval, like, yeah, you could totally use my likeness, whatever. Do you, as the artist, if they're like, okay, we got the approval to use this guy's actor, you just looking at photos of that person you find online, or are you actually ever sitting down with the actual actor?
Both, depending on their availability. If they're in the area, and they will come to Hasbro, and sometimes we have one of these little drawing sit down sessions while they're there, and we have a sketch pad, and we'll get the basics that we need, and you just sit and we do it that way. Or sometimes if they're not be available to us, we'll just get we'll get pictures, and we prefer to get the front, back, side to side of their face and stuff like that. And
Right.
we work from that way too,
Is that more of the sit-down time with the actor? Does that more come from the person that does the head sculpts?
Yes. It's
Yeah,
more
man.
like, for me, it doesn't really matter for me because, it's the sculptors who actually get those sitting times with them to get their sketches because they're going to be doing the head sculpt, For
Right.
me, For me, you'll be like costume design. For me, I guess I'll get concept art from the production company, and I'll look at that stuff, and then work from there, because a lot of the times we have to wait to the costume team and from Marvel Studios to send us the stuff what we need to have ready for them, ready for them to give it to us so we can do all the stuff so we can do the figures. But yeah. So there's a lot of different options and stuff like that, because people always think that, like, I'll give you a perfect example for the Transformers movies, right? People think that the Hasbro guys creating the Transformers for the movie. We have nothing to do with it. That's all Spark Pictures. That's the Bay production company, who they hire to do these Transformers, and then we have to wait for them to finish and to give it to us like that. So as you can see, I was fucking thrown back for seeing Hot Rod because I'm on vacation, and that's my first time seeing that fucking Hot Rod for Transformers 5.
Well, hey, this kind of works into some of the questions we have. Somebody had asked, have you seen any of the renders for what they have in mind for the next movie figures?
No.
Okay. And then Dust, are you looking for that?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah,
man.
definitely. With that. Well, so Kenny in the chat wanted to know. He said, "Why would a part be painted a different color instead of casted in that color?"
Good question.
And he's got a follow up there too. Hang on, it's
I didn't.
it's the Skywarp from the Collectors Club. So the hands are painted instead of molded. What is there a price difference there?
Yes, when it comes to Collectors Club stuff, because the Collectors Club they work differently from us. They have their own design team and everything else like that, and they also have a budget as well. They have a lesser budget. Let's say the guys for Hasbro has because they're able to use limited pieces of parts of that, especially when it comes to tooling, So that's why you see a lot of the repaints, and that's why you see a lot of the, different parts. They use older parts and older molds than the Hasbro gets, because we get the newer stuff and we work in that. So after a time being, like after let's say a year or two, they may pass on those older stuff. Like if you look like the BotCons this year, the Predacons or something like that, they were all Combiner War stuff, older Combiner War stuff, pieces and parts, and they just had new head sculpts. So basically, it's like a kit bash per se.
Well, let me ask you this question. Last time we had talked to you, had said that they have like all the stuff that's coming out now. It's stuff that they'd been working on like 2 or 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Give or take.
Ahead of time and stuff like that. Yes.
So I guess with that in mind, in relation to Combiner Wars, I mean, they knew 2 years prior that they were going to release this. They were totally just going to drop the quality on all these figures. I mean, I guess how is that a decision that quality all of a sudden is going to change? And I don't know if you are privy to this kind of stuff, but I guess my question is, what is it? At what point do they decide, you know what, we're going to lessen our quality? How does that factor in?
See, I mean, I don't have much privy to that, but I can say that I think it comes down to the budgeting what's the budget is available for that line, and I think the budget was pretty low on that for that time being, because there was a big gap between Transformers movies. To able to cope for that loss of income. So on that time, because Transformers 4 came out 2 years ago, and then the line is done and over with. So we have Robots in Disguise, which is selling okay, but not as much as you would say the movie line and other things. So it has to come to a decision: is that what are we going to focus more on? Are we going to focus more on Robots in Disguise or Combiner Wars?
Right.
So we got a screen share Dust is going to do real quick. One of our IG fam has done a digibash of the Hot Rod, that got released. Bumblebee's brother.
Yeah.
Right? Is that it, Dust?
Yeah, I saw that design. If that's the one that was on the on the RSC Facebook page.
Yeah, so Dustin's gonna pull it up, and we're gonna
Entire
show
screen, right? Entire screen.
Yeah, entire screen.
Yeah. There we go.
There it is.
Hold on.
Oh,
I need to
hold on.
highlight my name, and then there we go. Is that it? We
Yep.
good?
Actually, no, that's a different version. It's the same one. It's been touched up. He added more flames on the front and more
So
yellow.
this is
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if this,
Cabalta is who did
at
this.
Yeah.
Cabalta, if they gave us this is, I would be okay with that.
I agree. That would have been more convincing for me than the right one. Ugh.
Let me
mean-
tell you guys. Oh, go ahead.
No. It's just basically it's a fucking Bumblebee fucking repaint.
It is. The head is exactly the goddamn same, and it's like why
Stinger.
would you? Yeah, why would you? It is
With the big
fucking
eyes,
Stinger. And the big eyes and everything like that. Is that why would you give him the same fucking face?
So if you're gonna call him Hot Rod, see how simple it was
They're
to
brothers, bro.
make the thing on the right look good on the left. It's easy. Just do it. Why is it so hard?
But they never did that with any of the other characters.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, let me tell you
Fuck
this
you,
though.
Jay, man.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying.
I don't want it to be painted like Hot Rod, because then it bothers me more because I'm expecting that character and I don't see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get it. Yeah.
I have no connection to and
So
don't need.
why use the name? Why don't you just call it fucking leaky gasket? You know,
Judd Nelson.
flown
Yeah.
transmission. You know,
Call him Earl. Just call
But
him
at that
Earl.
point, it's so far removed that the paint job doesn't make the difference to me.
It
'Cause
doesn't make.
It's
yeah.
not going to be that character anyway. So let's say they painted it like Hot Rod. It's not going to be that character that you know anyway.
Right.
honestly, after all the fucking movies that we got, we should know. Just fucking live with it, deal with it, fuck it.
Yeah, like I said, I just don't care at this point, and I may get in trouble for not supporting the brand, but I don't care. I just don't care for him. It
When
just
the movie line, you're talking.
the movie line, yes.
Now it's like, what happens when the movie's coming out? Everybody out, movie guys in. Is that how it is? Like Hasbro guys out, movie guys in. Is that how it is?
Well, because we don't have control of that. This is Hollywood, so
No, I'm just saying like the design
Totally
guys.
new team.
design team.
Hasbro
this is-
Hasbro regular team is out and the movie team comes in.
Exactly.
how it is?
And all we do is just take the designs of the movie and then try to incorporate it to make it in toy form, and that's it.
Sure.
That's
course.
and that's where the engineering comes in,
Yeah.
and they make that fucking mess happen,
Well, shout out to Cabalta on Instagram at Cabalta.
Yeah, great design.
Kabalta. If that's what they were giving us, I would be all on board. So.
And just change the face,
Well,
The face of a
That-
fish.
Listen,
wearing a mask.
Hellboy.
Yeah. Darius, we've got a ton of questions coming
I
from the
saw
chat.
some of them.
So we can just
The
kind
ones
of.
that I saw so far, Takara MP Megatron is in talks. I'm not sure to be anything official. It's in talks.
Let's talk about the questions. Come on, let's
Yeah,
get
so-
there. Let's get
so-
there. Let's get there.
Orion Pax 85 asks, will MP Megatron be produced?
It's in the talks.
All right.
You know it's happening. It's happening.
Easy enough. So Brian Brink says, was light piping ever considered for Titan's return?
No, because the headmasters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The legs fold up behind it, so you could.
Duh. Brian Brink.
Yeah, Brian Brink.
The
fuck,
analyzer has
man?
failed.
The analyzer, huh?
Sunday he wants to know when we're going to get a Marvel Legends shocker.
Ooh. Good.
Ooh.
Good.
Sooner than you think.
Wait. Never mind. I know we got a 3/4 one coming, so that's good news.
Sooner than you think. All right, let's go.
The
Next
Riddler Circle wants to know, what's the most impressive piece you've been involved in and what made it impressive? It's a unique question.
That's a good one. I would say Marvel Universe Sentinel action figure. That's one of them, but that's the first one that popped up in my head. because I already discussed about Apocalypse back in Toy Biz, but I think that Sentinel can work also in Marvel, regular Marvel Legends 6-inch scale as a builder figure. That's how originally. Oh, but we're live. And I can say this. Originally, it was supposed to be originally that was supposed to be a builder figure, but they decided to put it for the Marvel Universe because the Marvel Universe didn't have enough figures at the time, and plus as well that they were trying to cancel out the X-Men stuff with Marvel because of the issues with 20th Century Fox and all that battling back and forth. So
Right.
I mean, so they don't really care. Marvel didn't really care much about when it came to the Marvel Universe side of things of the 3/4 inch figures because they're 3/4 inch figures. But then when you get into the 6-inch stuff, that's more prominent in the higher tier and level of figures for in their eyes. That's why you're like they didn't put it out for the Marvel Legends. But you know what? Now since the talks are back in work with 20th Century Fox and they're in good terms and stuff things, so there's a slight possibility. And as you can see, a lot of these X-Men figures are being pumped out as the past in the past 6 months and now going on forward.
Well,
So you probably see some more.
Do you think Marvel Legends like we're ready to kill the mutants? Let's pump them out before they're gone.
Yeah.
What I
So
mean? You think
might as
that
well.
might be it too? Let's
Yeah, that might be it.
let's get all the mutants out before we lose it.
Mhm.
It's gonna happen. Let's get it out there.
Here's a different kind of question here. This is from Brave. What would you recommend for someone trying to get into the design industry today? What would you recommend the steps they would take?
There's so many steps you can take in this industry these days. I mean, now with people going on their independent route, social media and stuff like that. Just keep doing what you're doing. Try put your work out, so people can see because you never know who may be watching.
He said it's not for him; it's for a friend.
It's also who you know too, and if you, I mean, this is what I believe. Your work will show, and and if your work is good enough, people are going to notice, and the right people are going to notice. So that's the best advice I can give you. Also, it's nice to have that piece of paper as well. Having that degree and having that paper that you have the training and you know what you're doing, that also helps in that, just in the corporate standpoint,
Is that just
So-
like a design degree, or is there like a specialized like?
Yeah, I got a degree in toy design,
Well,
and also in engineering.
He went to
You know-
I fucks with action figures.
AKA
That's what he did too.
AKA Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. They have a great curriculum
AKA I
there.
fucks with action figures.
All right, so let's see here. So Lionel Medina asks, once you've completed a design and it passes all stages, do you
Yeah.
get free figures, or do you personally buy most of them for your collection?
Shh.
Okay.
There you go.
Jim Plastic Crack wants to know if you've ever designed any of the Bayformers stuff.
No. No. No.
No, we don't want to get no hate mail to this guy.
No.
So no, you haven't.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
KJ Smith asks, will we ever see a retail release of Magic or any type of Shatterstar?
Oh, Magic.
Magic. I'm sorry.
Yana Rasputin.
It's magic.
No, there won't be any release of Magic. I cannot say, but no, there is no Magic figure coming.
Audio
He was a
listeners,
San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, a year ago?
audio listeners, you might want to check in at about the hour 15. I'll just leave that to you.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll leave that to you. All right, let's see what we got next. BPC again, do they ever test the Hasbro releases and collect fan feedback? Or
Yes.
should I rephrase, do they ever listen to fan feedback?
They,
Yeah,
you know what?
Typhoid, we got it.
They listen to fan feedback more than you guys think they do, and they do test it out. There's a thing that they do at Hasbro. They have, they do two things. Once the figures and toys are coming are released, right? I'm sorry, Company H, that
Yes.
they will have a family night where a lot of the employees' kids, not the design team, but let's say janitorial, catering, legal, and stuff like that, bring their kids, and they will have a night that they have all the toys there that they can try them out and play with them and get their feedback and stuff like that, and then also they will have like open to the public and stuff like that too. They do that for once a night or whatever. And then as well, Hasbro, there's in Providence there's a children's hospital that works closely with Hasbro as well, Company H, and that they give toys out to those kids, and some of them are like pre-releases and stuff, and and those patients were able to play with them, and then they observe them to see what they think about the toys as well. Cheer up the kids and see what they think too. So they do it a lot of ways. They marketing. Gets the stuff out in a lot of places and stuff like that. And even when also when we do exclusive stuff for like Toys R Us or Target or whatever, because they got toy buyers, right? And these toy buyers represent their company, like say Toys R Us and Walmart and stuff like that, and they'll give them a whole bunch of samples of the toys, and then some of those buyers will bring it to their families and see how their kids will like and how they react to it. If it's a hot seller or whatever like that, then that's when they know how much to buy and to bring to their stores.
Okay. Interesting.
Chris, I just keep posting questions from the chat into the.
Yeah, and I'll just keep reading them.
Okay.
All right, so I think we answered some of this last time. Obviously, we know we're getting Punisher and Jessica Jones. Are we getting a full suite of Netflix Marvel figures in the near future?
Go watch last week's episode.
Yes.
So I don't know if I think you missed one too. It says Minnesota 36 want to know when the mass toy line is going to start coming out.
Keep your eye around late 2017 and early 2018.
Is the plan on that? And then again, I don't know if you can answer this, but is the plan on that to release some type of fiction to go along with it?
Well, the fiction is already started in IDW, and there's more fiction in media form will be coming out soon.
Okay.
Like,
Is Hasbro ever going to tackle the DJD?
No.
Did somebody really ask that question?
Yeah. That's a legit
bless
I wonder why.
Bless their heart.
Well, they made some IDW inspired.
Yeah, they do, but that's a little bit far reaching. That's far reaching.
Right. I do have a few questions. These are just something I was thinking of right now. Have you ever gone to like a Comic-Con and worked as an artist, like just drawing and stuff like that, just selling drawings? Or are you not allowed to do that just based on your contract?
I'm allowed to do that. I mean, I have a compete / non-compete, I can work for other companies, but
Free agent, baby. Free agent.
but I can't work for other toy companies.
Oh.
I can't compete with that, if I'm currently under contract with Company H. But let's say if I was doing like comic books, posters, stuff like that, yeah.
Is that something that you're even into doing or no?
Nah.
I asked because your drawings are dope. Like I could.
Thank you.
Like,
You could do that. I mean, like go to like DC, even though they're kind of connected to, Mattel.
Yeah, I mean,
That way go.
like I said, I dabbled with Mattel, before because I had a compete contract before then. They changed it for me to not compete for toy companies. So like Since I can't get in trouble for this, give me 1 second.
Uh-oh. We're getting in trouble. Someone's getting in trouble.
So,
Realm.
realm. Thank, and I like
Realm.
to thank everybody for the questions here.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Thank you very much.
and obviously some of this is you would know more than the rest of us, but an official MP Mirage figure.
Oh, there you can hear you.
He's still digging in the crates, as we say in the hip hop world.
Oh, I didn't realize he was up there. He's looking for some goodies
He's
there.
picking up some figures that he can. So.
Figures.
I would be curious if like,
Figures.
all the Netflix, Marvel stuff, studio stuff, for those actors, you have to give up your likeness for the toys since you sign on for the shows.
All right, I missed those questions, but
Yeah, you would think that would be in the contract, James.
Yes.
Like, it's part of the deal, right?
Yeah, I definitely think that would be part of the deal, right?
Well, there is. What about? That's a good question. So when they make the figures based on real people, the movie like the Civil War Legends and James mentioned the Netflix stuff that's coming.
mm-hmm.
Do those actors have any sort of final say over this looks nothing like me, or is part of their deal when they sign up to do the movie is we're gonna make these figures and if they look like you, cool. If not,
That's it. Too bad.
okay.
Because it's not like no, because it's not like it's I mean, we never had a actor who had a diva complex and say that it looks nothing like me, and especially the ones that didn't sign off for their likeness to go off. So we got to do what we can do.
Aliens on the face and whatnot.
Right. So,
Right.
Normally when we show them the finished product, they're always psyched to see themselves in action figure form.
Yeah,
Like,
so they're like, they don't collect action figures, so they're like, wow, that looks great, or like, damn, man, that's McFarlane '98, son. I ain't fucking with that.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if like the
Spawn, man.
could you imagine if the original Star Wars cast had a likeness agreement over like Power of the Force figure?
Yeah. No, they could turn around and say, nah, man, you're just that fucking ugly. You're a beast. You're a beast, bitch.
So, for example, this is one I was involved in. If everybody if remember this line,
I have that.
So,
or something like that.
Yeah. So this is back when 2006, 2005.
The DC superheroes line.
Yep. So I worked, on some of these stuff. And then when Company H found out, so then they had me on the non-compete toy line.
And all of a sudden you got a contract. Hey, now you're here.
We just need to sign this right now.
So when you say you worked on that figure, what aspects of that figure did you help do?
I worked on the sketches and stuff like that, and I worked on the initial design, and then the rest of it went to the Four Horsemen before they started doing the full stuff on DC Universe Classics. So
shout out to Point Boy.
Yeah, so those guys, like another one is like help with this Batman.
That's a really good one.
And this Batgirl,
So Darius, I'm sorry for our audio listeners. Tell us exactly what you're showing here.
Titties.
Showing DC superheroes, a 5-inch line, Batman, and also this is the 2-pack that this one came in with Batman and Barbara Gordon, Batgirl.
She's a good looking one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
So I wanted to know too, what are you primarily a fan of? Like, what do you collect the most of?
Everything.
Well, I know, but
I dabble into a lot of different lines, and
like, is there one thing, like, if you went into a store and you saw 5 things that you collect, is there like, but you could only get one? Like, what's the one main line? Like, if you had to give it all up and collect just one line, what would that be?
Well, I might get slack, but G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man.
G.I. Joe.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Because that resonated with you from being a kid, or just because of the history you have with that?
Both resonated when I was a kid. A lot of the male family members and the male guys in my family were military men, and especially my uncle, who was like a father figure to me. So that was a connection to me with him. Because since I couldn't be a soldier at the time. And then plus, when I was old enough, I wanted to join the military. My uncle told me, don't you dare join the military. You have a talent in what you do with drawing, and you need to focus in that. So he was a very primary person in my life who supported my artwork and stuff like that, and helped me put me into college and SVA before I went to FIT. So every time I see G.I. Joe, I think about him a lot.
Well, that's cool to have a connection like that for sure.
So that will be my first, and then the second will be Transformers, and those are the two main priority in my collection. And I like other cool stuff that if they ever brought them back, like a lot of the toys from the 80s, if they rebring them back, that would be great. Like one of the other cops will be one, and also what was the line that the Horsemen took over? Adam Power, Power Lords,
Power Lord.
yeah, those are great, that's those types of toys, and I have a special fondness for the 3 3/4 inch figures, I like those guys, like the Marvel Universe guys, I like it when I can take my collection in a sense and kind of cross them over together, and like if you saw a lot of my past toy pictures, I like the combine, like G.I. Joe with the Transformers and stuff like that. And I have a slew of other ones I need to start uploading. Like I have a lot of the not all the Marvel figures, but a lot of the ones like from like Agents of Shield, Captain America, Iron Man, crossing over with my G.I. Joe stuff and Transformers too. That kind of form factor. Because when we were kids, a lot of us did that with G.I. Joe versus Thundercats,
Right.
And and all that kind of thing. So
Just set it up.
Yeah.
So DPC ask a different question rather. Are there any 80s toys lines that Hasbro owns the rights to but have not released anything yet? Or are going to release? Is there anything that might surprise us?
That they own and they haven't released is Inhumanoids is one, Centurions is the other, Cops, like we talked about this weekend on Plastic Fanatics, Visionaries, which is coming out soon, Mask is another one that they're working on soon.
Is there anything that they've bought over the years from another company that would just surprise the hell out of Joe Public that they own the rights to?
Yes, but I'm not privy to say at this time.
Oh, I found it, guys. I found it.
Whoa, Toon Tickle.
But you don't know.
Sure
Hasbro owns Barbie.
Toon
Now.
Tickles.
They own Barbie. You can't tell us.
But I wonder if they
mentioned-
bought. If they bought something just to bury it though too, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like
for good, like exactly. I was about to say GoBots and anything from Tonka, a lot of the Kenner stuff, and but then with Kenner, they didn't really have a lot of original toys. Kenner was the king of licensing, But the thing about that is they own once they bought Kenner, they own those licensing, and the only licensing they kind of lost at the time is Jurassic Park, because now Mattel owns that now.
Yeah.
And
I
and they're
don't know
gonna
if that's a real loss though.
yeah, we'll see what Mattel do with it. I thought Mattel was gonna run with Dino Riders, but I guess not. But
Dino Riders.
Also, another question. The previous question about other toy licenses that Hasbro has, and they're sitting on it. Sky Commanders is another one.
Oh, dude. I love me some Sky Commanders when I was a kid. I remember how cool I thought those toys were, and
I love those.
We'd go on long car rides, and I'm like, man, you see those power lines? I could one of those Sky Commander dudes and zip all over the place. Yeah, I thought I had a couple of those, and The strings never lasted as long as my imagination did, but those were cool figures. I like that. That was a cool.
Oh, and another thing too, I forgot to mention since I just thought about it. Also, while my time with Mattel, I was starting to work on concept ideas for a new Captain Power line, and that's when Hasbro pulled the plug on me not working with them anymore. And
No.
and that's
Womp womp womp.
and so and I don't know any plans for Mattel is going to resurrect that line or not, but
Yeah, I doubt it.
I'm not. Yeah,
Look
they
what they did with Thundercats. Look what
I
they did with
know.
Thundercats.
Oh, fucking that. But you know what? You can't blame all of that on Mattel. It's the politics that happened with Matty Collector that killed that. You know.
Yeah, it's Mack.
So yes, yeah. So
Yo, James loves Matty Collector.
I do. God, dude, like the best.
He's waving the flag every day.
I think the only person that likes Matty Collector more is Deuce Milo. let me tell you. I don't know if I told this story. So Deuce and James were both trying to get the SDCC exclusives that Monday, and they came out, and James slid right in and got his easy breezy. I think it's a West Coast connection.
Nah, James got that swag, man. He just fucking.
So Ace rolls in there, and 5 minutes later, goddamn cocksuckers fucking locked up, got my shit in the basket, blah blah blah.
God damn it, cocksuckers! I couldn't get my figures.
Like 2 days later, he's like, hey, can you guys help me? And I think I had him in a cart, and I think Jisk had it in a cart. He's like, I got him. Like, okay, I won't buy this shit. So,
I mean, a little honesty right now. I had him in the cart, but I wasn't rushing to try and get this shit. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leisurely do it.
I had him in the cart, and I was like, I didn't have a login or whatever, so I was like, fuck, I gotta build a login and all that shit. So. But the struggle is real.
Just to sidetrack real quick, I wanted to say that I forgot to mention, but last week I got to hang out with Rolling Steel, who came down here, and it was a good time. We just chopped it up for a while. But he had asked me a question that was interesting enough. I had to stop and think about it for a while, but I wanted to ask it for everybody here. He had asked me what was the best MP in my collection. It doesn't matter third party. You just want to know what's the best figure that I have.
Is it masterpiece scale or best Hasbro Takara?
He just said best masterpiece scaled figure that I have. Best MP. It wasn't specific to Hasbro. Just like, dude, what's the best MP figure that you have?
So what was your answer?
Well, I'll let everybody go first.
This motherfucker's still thinking.
No, I know what it is, but honestly, I went through a whole bunch. Honestly, this is how I went. I went through this figure's pretty good. This figure's pretty good.
It's a tough one, man. I'm looking.
And then I stopped, and it hit me immediately, and I said, nope, it's this one. So I don't know if you guys, unless you guys aren't ready, if you guys need to think about it, then I'll go.
I can tell you for mine. I would say for Takara and Hasbro.
No. It's
just
the
best
one.
Yeah.
This best one.
The best
Third party.
Yes.
Third party.
Overall.
MP scale.
MP scale.
Yeah, that's why it's tough because you're like, well, for this. So I'll go first and I'll tell the story. So originally I was talking about like I really like the Bad Cube Braun, and I was like, man, Braun's really good, and he kind of looked surprised, and I was like, I said something else, and I said, and for me, it came down to sound. I said, you know what? It's Soundwave. It's MP Soundwave is the best MP figure that I have. For a lot of reasons, it's just an awesome figure. It's built really well. The transformation is cool as shit, and it's the most nostalgic looking out of everything that I have. Yeah. It looks like the fucking character.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, I was
gonna say that too.
I was looking around my fucking room right now, and as much as I love MP10. And I'm looking at Kronos, and I love my Kronos, and I love my Ultra Magnets, and I'm looking at my Season 3 bots, and I turn around to the Decepticon side, and I'm like, yeah, Polyon, yeah, it's great, but yeah, I'm looking at all these other guys, and I'm like, yeah. And I guess maybe because I'm clinging to official.
Soundwave to me.
So maybe, but yeah, I would say Soundwave.
Soundwave and MP10 to me may almost be perfect, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I was a tie between MP10 and Soundwave. But
exactly.
Soundwave's number one. But if I had to say for third party, the best one to me right now is Fans Toys Willis. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's
Like it's
right.
the best. So when you think about that figure, like you're saying that not just the best looking, like overall, that's the best figure, the best third-party figure that you have. And I'm just looking for clarification. I'm not saying that you're crazy, even though I think that you're crazy.
You're crazy. fucking knocked out, man. He's crazy.
Shit. I mean, third party is so hard though, but yeah, I'm gonna say fuck it, yeah. Willis, I love Willis.
What you talking about?
What? No, what did you say, Dan?
Again, I would say that Soundwave's definitely number 2, but MP10's got to be number 1 for me.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's so hard. It's like an inch out, itch.
MP10's good, but MPP10 is better.
I will tell you that when I was setting everything up on my new shelves, I put the first thing I put in any of them was MP10. I put his trailer in the back, and then I set him to the side, and I was like, I don't need to put anything else in there with him because it just
by himself, right?
But yeah.
You got roller? You got roller on?
I didn't get him out of the box. I just let him
come on, get roller in there.
And I want to say one of the Fans Toys Dinobots, but I can't tell you which one. I don't ever mess with these things.
Yeah, Chris, I looked at them too.
Love to look at it, man. I like Thor. Thor's a beautiful figure, and it's not a good toy. It's nice to look at. So as cliche as it is, it's probably going to be MP10 because I don't know.
I could have been that guy and said Kronos. I could have been because I love my Kronos, but honestly, yeah, I'm a Soundwave man. I'm a Decepticon guy, so out of my Deceps, perfect, and it's not just because it's Takara. It's just wow, put a little diecast in the legs, and we're talking.
Yeah, and even with MP10, it's iconic looking,
Yeah.
And then
It's too easy.
Yeah, and then also with even with the Black Convoy, Nemesis Prime looks fucking gorgeous too, but that mold it's perfection in a sense, and that Soundwave is perfection too,
But that's the thing, like, is Soundwave easy because it really just transforms into a box? Like, really, ultimately, like, the engineering isn't too involved.
I don't look at the engineering. I look at it from the design aesthetics. It looks like, because even in the cartoon, he was a badass looking, and how they translated to today's modern figure. It's just beautiful,
Like they really just for me and the two and I just would ask just to play the devil's advocate, but like Laserbeak is it's fucking, it's just perfect. The way it's on the arm, the accessories that came with it, like they thought all that shit through.
Somebody said in the chat said the Dotsons. They're pretty damn good.
Yeah, they are good too.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
but you gotta
they're good, but they're not Soundwave good.
Right.
No, it's not.
Well, the chat agrees it's MP10 and Soundwave. I mean, it's
that's even
That's still
to me,
the standard as far as I'm concerned.
And Darius Brian Brink asks if we will ever get an official white MP10. Or are they done with that mold now?
Yeah, I think they're good.
Before we get that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit before they reintroduce that, So there's so much.
There's a fucking money right there. There's a mint right in front of them, and they're not doing it.
Yeah.
There's a mint right there in front of them.
I know. I wonder what the logistics are like, just to be like, dude, just paint a fucking shitload of them white. Like how?
Fuck it, do it, man.
The white.
Fuck it. You get the Nemesis. You get the white. Yeah, just do it, man. Shout out to MPP10. I love
it. That's all Takara's decision in that, So.
Takara.
So we touched on some of this, Darius, but everybody was completely blown away by how much, we'll just say, Marvel Legends stuff was shown at SDCC. And we touched on this last week, but how old was the majority of those designs?
I would say at least some of them were 2 to 3 years old. Like Dazzler is about that old.
So that's how much that.
You missed out on blackout. I think he had a blackout.
Oh my God! He's out of here. Fuck that motherfucker. He's asking the wrong questions at the wrong time. All right, who's taking him?
just to pick up. So pretty much this stuff's just cooking for a while. It's
Oh
just
Jesus,
another
Dan's
time.
taking over. Fuck this. What up, Dan?
There's some more questions too in the chat.
Yeah.
Come on, keep it
Let's
rolling.
get these
keep it rolling.
questions. I got more booze. Let's keep these questions going.
Oh, we got a lot more.
There's
Oh, there he is.
I didn't
Oh,
care,
Jesus
for your
Christ.
answer, Darius. No, if you guys know this little X in the upper right-hand corner actually closes all the windows.
I thought you got struck by lightning.
I thought you got a blackout in your area, son.
Yep, a little of both. So I missed your answer, but I'm sure it was great.
So somebody asked, do you know anything about what's going on at Takara? Like, does Company H and Takara share their info?
Oh, a lot of stuff when it comes to the Transformers and the Transformers brand mostly. And that's about it. And maybe now with Micronauts coming along and stuff like that, so they're going to share a lot of that stuff too. But like I said, Transformers is really not in my department, and so especially when it comes to a lot of the stuff from Takara. But luckily, I have two great friends. Shout out to Megumi and Hishiro, who works over there, that I can get some nitty gritty information. So.
Like when you go to the I don't know how often, because you're freelance. I don't know how often you have to actually go to the headquarters. But are you allowed to walk through all these other departments and just see what's cooking?
Yeah, my friends. Yeah, I mean, there's Star Wars is one of them that is kind of a little bit hush hush. It's
They're
one
the
of the
latest ones in there.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. So they keep. I mean, they try to keep a lot of stuff tight in the infrastructure, but it's kind of hard, especially when you have designers who will be working on two brands at the same time and everything like that, So, but yeah, sometimes I just go over there and see what they're up to, and they come over to see what we're up to and stuff like that, and we share stuff, But of course, we have a gag order that what stays in there really stays there, But I mean, like there's stuff that I've done stuff for My Little Pony, and I've done stuff for Nerf for a little bit, and like I mean, there's one thing I can talk about because it's never going to see the light of day, but there was some limited edition GI Joe My Little Pony editions, yeah, it was for fun. They was gonna do it for fun, like they did with the Mr. Potato headline. When we had like the Star Wars and the Marvel Universe.
They
did
Yeah,
an Optimus Prime one, I think too.
Yeah, yes, they did. Yep. So they were throwing out that idea with a little bit of for the bronies and stuff like that, but it didn't happen. So
today is is it today? Today's the 30th anniversary of the theatrical release of Transformers the movie in 1986. So let's talk a little bit about how that affected you in your youth, everyone, and if you saw it in the theater and just your experience in general. Dan, I think you were.
Let me go first.
How old were you when the movie came out?
He wasn't even a thought in his daddy's nutsack.
I was non-existent. Wasn't blessed with my greatness until a few years later.
Right. So Dan, tell us. I'm interested to hear this. So Dan obviously is a bit younger than most of us.
A bit.
Tell us the first time you remember seeing Transformers the movie.
I don't know, was it like 10 years ago or something? I think we rented it from the library.
10 years ago.
Why would you rent it from the library?
From the library.
You didn't want to see it. You didn't want to see it. You just came upon it.
Bro, it's the only place you can get VHS now.
That's right. It was actually last week.
God, dude, pennies, dude. You save money where you can, so we got it from the library. I honestly don't remember what I thought of it, because I mean, I was into Transformers when I was younger, but then something I kind of came back into.
You was the Bay fan, were you?
No, fuck no.
What was your first introduction to Transformers, Dan?
Armada. It was. I think I caught the tail end of RID, but Armada was the one I grew up on.
And when you say grew up, I mean like what age were you when you started watching it?
I don't fucking know, dude.
I mean, but like 6 to
So RID would be RID is the car robots, right?
Yeah. The original one, not that bullshit one. No, my mom actually had a Metroplex and a Optimus Prime, like the original OG
Your
G1.
mom?
Yeah, my mom. She found him in like a shop in Texas or something.
Nah,
I thought you were gonna see your mom was a Transformer collector.
Dan,
I'm like,
that's,
Yeah,
holy
that would
shit.
have been great.
Wow, I was like, oh, hold on, right now.
Hey guys, listen, that's not where those toys came from. I'll just leave it at that.
But no, she got them and I tore those things apart. They'd probably be worth something because she had the box and everything. Then I started.
Nice, way to go, Dan. So,
Yeah, I know.
so Jisk, you're a man of age.
I am of a certain age.
Do you
I don't
recall?
remember. I don't remember the first. I remember the first time I saw it, but I don't. It wasn't in the theater. I saw it at home, and I don't remember the circumstances. Like I don't know if my dad probably rented it, from the video store or something like that. It came out in '86. So what's that? I was 8, but I probably didn't see it till I was like 11, I think. It was a ways. But anyway, so I just remember. Obviously, the first thing that stands out is like, holy shit. They're killing everybody in this thing. Spoilers, a lot of people die. If you haven't seen it yet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, a lot of people die in this movie. I don't know if you've seen it yet, Chris. You look pretty surprised about that.
I'm saving up for the Blu-ray.
But yeah, so that was my first. That's like the most memorable thing to me is like, dude, like no, like they're dead. Like that's really they're dead. Like, and that to me made it great because it was brutal as shit.
It really was.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's like the number one memory that I have. It is like, holy shit, like that's for real.
So Darius, what about you?
I was 9 years old, and I remember going with my cousin and 2 of my cousins, Ricky and Craig. And it's the same thing, I was so hyped. The music played, the new theme song was going. I was ready, and I loved the new theme song. I was hyped, and then just the normal thing that the narration is the year 2005. The guy's voice is there again. And to then when Megatron just went into the ship and started killing people left and right. First, I was kind of confused because I was like, wait a minute,
This doesn't happen normally.
Yeah, this doesn't happen normally, and why they're not getting up. But then when I saw the smoke started coming out of their mouths and their eyes, and they turned gray, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was starting tearing up because my boy Proud just got, and I was like, I never cried in any movie when I was a kid. Didn't cry for Benji, didn't cry for Old Yeller, didn't cry for when Bambi's mom got shot. But when those guys was getting killed, I was bawling. It was like, what is going on? This is like, why are they dying? It's like they don't die. They don't die, and they were dying, And it was just a whole bunch of emotions. Remembering getting, buying these guys, and I remember to myself when the scene with Spike and Jazz was trapped in Unicron. And and they was about to fall into the pit, and I said, if fucking Jazz dies in this fucking movie, I am gonna flip,
Oh shit! What are we gonna do now?
So yeah, and they were cursing. Spike was fucking cursing,
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was like, it was great. It was like so much emotions was going through me in my 9-year-old body at the same time.
We were not ready for it.
We were not ready for it. You thought it was just gonna be one of a long ass Transformers episode with some great action and some great scene, and a great adventure, but it was like a Death Note. Genocide, Cybertronian genocide was going on, and that's what Megatron was doing, is killing everybody left and right. I mean, the animation.
No, it was Hasbro. It was
Hasbro
killing everybody off
left and right, but yeah,
that's the thing just. Oh, go on. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that it changed me. I mean, it really changed me, and it really introduced me to like how to death, and in a young age, because how your parents will kind of sugarcoat it and baby through you a little bit when when you deal with death like a family member or a pet or whatever. But Transformers movies are fuck it. You're just gonna deal with it. Here it is. People dead. That's it. Moving on.
Yep.
And it was rough. Great movie, but it was rush. It was rough on my psyche, my 9-year-old psyche, for real.
I was gonna say it was weird that then going back to like seasons 3 and 4, they went back to just fucking you could just straight shoot your blaster 8,000 times in someone's face and there was no repercussion.
Mhm.
Like you already set the tone that people could die.
Megatron shot that dude like fucking a year ago, and he's all good. All right, Megatron shot him today, now he's dead. All right.
The one thing I'll say too that pissed me off as a kid is I always thought it was bullshit that like Prime died, but fucking Megatron got to live. Like why the fuck does he get to live? Like I know he basically reincarnated or reformed, but I always hated that. I was like, dude, Prime should not.
Yeah, but
Megatron.
they're saying like Megatron did die.
Yeah.
But no, because
they
he still had
threw
the
him
memories and stuff.
They threw him out of the fucking shuttle, and he did die.
He was still Megatron in.
But they fixed that. They kind of
his troops didn't know that. They just threw him out there. He's done. Fuck him.
Yeah.
He's
But
out.
then-
He's out of here.
But then in the end, like the full conversion of Galvatron, because if you remember that when Rodimus threw out of Unicron's eye and whatever, that it fucked up Galvatron's head, So he didn't remember he was Megatron anymore. All he knew he was Galvatron, and he became this crazy homicidal maniac.
You're
which I
talking
love
season
Galvatron.
3, man.
That's
a whole nother fucking show. We're gonna talk about season 3.
But hold on, but it did hit. But though it happened in the movie, that changed from the full change in the end of the movie, though. So, I agree with you, Dust, in the sense that Megatron did get to live, and
yeah, man. Everybody like, oh, Megatron lived. No, he didn't live. His own people threw him out the fucking shuttle. And
that was cold. That was cold-blooded too.
Of course it was.
That's perfect deception. What's your memory of it?
Yeah, that's the Enter the Realm shit right there, man.
So, Dust, what's your memory? Did you see it in the theater? Do you remember?
I did see it in the theater, and I took my younger sister. It was a matinee.
Dust was 22 at the time.
No, Dust was 32.
You motherfucker. And I was counting before. I was like, what's that? That was what year was that? 86. 86. So
that was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Simple math.
Hey, fuck you, Dan. I'm thinking about when I was born. I was 15.
There you go. We got.
So I used to take my sister. I grew up in a family where it was a single mom that worked, and I used to watch my younger sister all the time. I would babysat a lot. So we used to go to the movies every Saturday, and Transformers, of course. I was a Transformers fan. We're going to this movie, and it was 2 bus rides away, and we had to walk like 9 blocks to the movie theater. A matinee on a Saturday. $3 each,
okay.
And we were sitting there with the popcorn. We got our popcorn with the M&Ms sprinkled in to the popcorn. If you've never done that, get up on that. Get yourself a big bucket of popcorn with the butter and sprinkle some M&Ms in there.
I used to do that with that caramel chocolate
Milk Duds.
Milk Duds, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I like Raisinets and popcorn myself.
And you know what? I didn't bring her to the movie for her, but I brought her because I wanted to see the movie. But I had to watch my sister, so she came to the movie. And I did Rainbow Bright the week after that. So, it was just part of the course. So watching it, like, I didn't get crazy about the deaths because it really didn't it's kind of weird because it didn't really settle into me like, wow, they just fucking killed this guy, they just killed that guy. I was just so into the fact that I was watching Transformers on a fucking screen. Right. At my age I was 15 at the time, so I could cope with dying in battles and war. I was a history major. I loved history, so I kind of incorporated all that into what I was watching, and excuse me, it wasn't until the end and the Unicron factor, and I was just like, you know what, it's cool, but it's it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the nostalgia just poured out of me. And like now being such a Transformer collector, like I love season 3, and I'm like, why do I love season 3 so much? Because I hated the end of the movie. You know.
So
So
like you got to carry on that more of that story that you were looking for.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
So season 3 just picked up and ran with it. So, but that's my. I remember walking with her to the bus, getting on the bus, driving the bus, going and watching.
You drove the bus?
I drove the bus. Yeah, I drive the bus every day, man. That's what we do here. We drive buses.
So, James, what about you?
I saw it in the theater. I was pumped up for it. Back then, you had to, you had to go through the newspaper to find the showtime, and you got the little, like, I even clipped out, I think, back then.
I clipped out the picture too and saved it. Yeah.
And went to a matinee. My dad took me, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun. And then I wasn't too, the death scenes. Yeah, they were kind of hard, but I've watched like Star Blazers, Robotech. People died all the time in that, but it was just weird to see these characters that the transitioning over was just kind of like wow. And I'm 9, so I watched it and I was like, oh wow, that the scene where Prime comes off the ship and it's like we got to stop Megatron at all costs. I'm like, oh, and then the music and you're like, oh yeah, fucking hey, let's kick some ass. And all of a sudden you're like, that motherfucking Hot Rod, what the hell? Get out of the goddamn way. It's like, and then he dies and it's like, wow. I was like, shit. And then it didn't kind of resonate in me till later on, like a couple days later. I'm like, oh, it's like weird. I was talking with my friends, like, yeah, Optimus Prime died. Say, oh, you saw it in the theater? I'm like, yeah, I saw it in the theater. It's like, well, did you see that the new episode? It's like the return of Optimus Prime. So they're like, what? You fucking kidding me? And they're bringing back Optimus Prime and all this other type of stuff. And I was like, oh my god, it's like it's that type of stuff that I didn't like that Hasbro was doing, or the whole cartoon was doing. It's like you killed off this guy, and then you brought him back as a zombie. And then you brought him back again,
great.
And then you brought him back again, and all this other type of stuff.
Yeah, let's discuss that, man. Like, they killed everything off from fucking the first 2 waves of fucking figures to introduce the new wave of figures.
Let me ask this real fast, because I didn't watch seasons 3 and 4 like when I was a kid. That's why I only collect like seasons 1 and 2. But did they do seasons 1 and 2, then the movie, and then 3 and 4? They had seasons 1 and 2, and all of a sudden these characters for 3 and 4 came out of nowhere.
Yes,
pretty much.
Yes, yeah.
So you saw season 3 of Transformers come out and saw all these characters before the movie came out.
If you didn't see the movie,
you had no idea. What
3 was on TV.
Okay.
But then they after season 3 they did the movie in a 5-part series on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So you can catch up.
And that was another thing I liked about the movie. I was like, wow, I didn't know the Transformers could like supersize or get bigger, or morph. Like Hot Rod became Rodimus. I was always intrigued with that. I was like, wow, he just had this Matrix, and boom, he's this bigger, older dude, and all this type of stuff. I'm like,
bigger, older dude.
Now he's a Winnipeg, and I'm like, what the hell?
His balls dropped.
Shout out to Winnebagos everywhere.
So
and that thing, what you just said too, with Hot Rod and being involved in Optimus' death, I loved Hot Rod. When I was a kid, I thought he was great because he wasn't the youngest Transformer, because Wheelie was, but I think as being a young Transformer, like, oh, somebody I can relate to a lot more than the other Transformers, you know what I mean? But then you felt kind of torn. Well, he was the main was responsible for Prime's death,
Yeah.
So it was like a love-hate relationship with him.
Let's face it was a big jump. It was a big jump from where we went to with season 2 and to the movie. It was a big jump.
And it was hard for me to accept him as the leader so fast after, him killing Prime, and now he's the leader. You know what I mean? It just
we were introduced to the Matrix too.
Yeah.
That was the weird thing. It's like, so that's how you become leader, and it's passed on, and all this other traditional stuff. Like, oh, okay. Before that, I just thought Optimus Prime was just a badass guy from season 1 and 2. He was already had the intellect, but he was always getting it from the Matrix and such.
Yeah, what you don't know is it was really He was Larry the Cable Guy before he got the Matrix.
Internet.
And that fucking score, man, I gotta tell you guys, the score is incredible, man.
Yeah.
Fuck this. Don't download the soundtrack. Download the score. The score is
Yeah.
fucking incredible.
Oh, that's
Well,
Oh man, incredible.
I'll tell my story here. I did see it in the theater. I remember going. It was during the day, so it was probably a Friday, probably the Friday it came out. And it was a weird. I remember we had moved from a little town in Tennessee to where I live now, outside of Huntsville. And we got on the theater in Huntsville, and there was a kid there that I had gone to school with in this little town in Tennessee, just randomly at that same movie. So I sat with this guy I was friends with, the year before that I figured I'd never see again, and I didn't after that. But I remember it being very shocking, all the events of the movie, and going back to school that year. And, it was right around the time, like, I was going, I think it was in between 4th and 5th grade for me. So, that's that gray area where you, like, oh, you still play with toys, that kind of stuff. But, I remember, like, we got to bring, it was right after Christmas, and the teacher's like, this Friday you can bring a toy that you got for Christmas. And I brought, believe it or not, I had Galvatron and didn't have Rodimus.
No.
How things have changed. And this other kid had Rodimus, the deal with the trailer and all that. We got in trouble or something. I don't remember, but we were the only 2 kids in the whole class that didn't get to play with our toys, so we had to leave them in our lockers. So we were both like, man, we were gonna have a battle, and I don't know. It's a good memory for me. And I know Dust just shit all over the soundtrack, but I pop that in anytime, man. I'll sing every single word.
Score.
I'll sing every single word, man.
Chris, do you have the score?
I don't, but I like the words.
I will be uploading it to Google Drive, so anybody in the ROC
Do
fam,
you even score, bro?
If the general
anybody in the
stand in our way, it's the shit.
Whoa. Anybody in the ROC fam wants a copy of the score, hit me up in the ROC Facebook group.
Send it to me, Dust. If
And
anybody,
I will throw it. I will throw it on Google Drive, man.
I
That
will,
score, you will be driving to work and reciting the words.
I will challenge anyone at TFCon Chicago.
Vince Diacola is the fucking man.
I will challenge anyone at TFCon Chicago to a karaoke sing-off too.
Hey man, yo Chris, we have so many guys going. What are we gonna do at the karaoke this year? Are we gonna do something big?
And we're gonna have. I think we should do. We should do the entire Wu-Tang into the
Doom, doom. I think that's what we got. Everybody gets up and go doom.
Yo, I'm gonna wear my Timberlands and I'll bring a one white contact.
I think that we should do Motown Philly.
I'm thinking I'll Make Love to You by Boyz II Men.
There you go.
I can do the deep voice.
90s karaoke night. There you go.
It's the end of the road.
Fucking TFCon, man.
We'll do all of our high school songs back to back to back. I did Vanilla Ice last year. Bobby Skullface did.
Can we release the video? Can I?
My girl likes
video,
to party.
please?
You know what? As long as you just release it in the group, I'm fine with that.
All right.
Whoever's
All
got
right. You heard it right here, live.
Pinkerton.
I'm releasing it.
Vanilla Ice. And Bobby did what? My Girl Likes to Party All the Time from
Yeah, from Eddie Murphy.
Yes, wait, and
Space did Insane Membrane.
So it's fun times all the way around. So Dust, you want to run through the chat real quick?
Put me on the fucking spot.
I'm sorry.
We've been chatting for a while, man.
We have been. It just wandered away.
My shit froze.
We got a lot of new people in the chat. I'll say that. You want me to do it, Dust?
Yes.
I got.
I got froze out.
So I'll just run through. Of course, Night Winging them, Chat Winging them, Headset Winging them.
Well, that's Chat Wingham.
Headset with the smoothest voice. I'll tell a funny story about Night Winging them there. So last week after we got done with the show, I had Dust had sent me the Hangout link, so I popped in the Hangout, and I did it on my phone just because I was moving around the house doing some stuff, and I had my headset in my ear. And it's just me and Dust in there kind of talking back and forth, and all of a sudden, I hear a voice I didn't recognize. So Dust says, "Whoa!" And I looked, and it's Nightwing, and he sounds like a normal human being. And
not saying he didn't sound like a normal.
Normal. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
But it's funny because the next person that Tommy came in and he heard him, he's like, "Whoa, who the hell is this guy?" And then James came in. I wish we had been recording that. 'Cause that was gold. But shout out to Nightwingham. That headset is awesome for you. So we got Nightwingham, Brian Brink, Cabalta, Tom Bernal Jr., Fody Annam, the new person in here, Riddler
Welcome.
Circle, Jarms. Let's see who else we got here. Tannibal Lecter is in the chat, chopping it up. Come on, scroll. Let's see who else we got here. Lots of convo here. You guys just tore it up. Sunday Heat made it in. Masterpiece Shit Pays. Walter Renelio. Some new, like I said, a lot of new folks in the chat tonight. Welcome everybody. Thanks for hanging out with the Jackals. Cotimus Prime made it in from the other side of the world. I don't think I've got it all here, but Charles McKee made it in. What's up, Charles? Infinite Astro Train. This dude named Jisk One.
I never heard of
Phillipson,
that.
Ironhide 204, which is
Ironheart 204. I'm just trying to scroll through also.
Van Brewer's in the chat. Yeah, like I said, lots of new people. I know Deluxe was in there. Brave was in there earlier.
So
lots of the extended family here.
Anybody wants to scroll through the chat Wingenham, aka Night Wingenham, post it in the ROC Facebook group.
That's right.
So,
he posted in there for all to enjoy.
So if you want to watch the show and kind of go through the chat as we go through the show, you could do that right there. So
there you go.
Remember the Realm of Collectors.
Realm. So let's I want to thank Cool Nerd Daz, aka Darius, once again for dropping knowledge.
Of course, man. Of course. And the guys, I like the questions. Your questions are great.
Yep. Thanks again for joining us. The ROC appreciates the share, and everybody just be quiet about it. Shh.
You heard nothing.
Ask no questions. Tell no lies. So let's do some where you at real quick, just because that's what we call it here. Because we do our own thing.
Oh.
Young Daniel Savage Thunder Dan Marley Harvey Double underscore Thunder Thief 1.0. I'll come up with something else soon. Where you at?
Dan Marley.
When I'm not helping Chris steal paint apps, you can find me at Harvey Double underscore Dent on IG and lurking in the group.
So we're bi-coastal with our thievery. That's what it is. We're going to run a presidential campaign based on stealing paint apps. Jisk.
Yo, before I say where I'm at, I just want to say that you guys can find Jay Ruse purifying bitches in the water. So check him out there. And then you guys can catch me at Jaybatron on Instagram and The Good Book, Facebook for all you heathens.
Heathens. I love the Good Book, man. That's officially stolen. So Darius, tell the fine people of the realm where they can find you.
You can find me slaving away to Company H, and as well you can find me at Instagram and on Facebook.
All right, Mr. Silver Age.
I'm on Instagram at Dustmites. Eddie Dustmites in the Facebook groups. Whatever bullshit I am. YouTube's Cobra Law Records YouTube page. Go out there and find it, like it, subscribe. And that's about it.
All right, Jane.
Instagram, YouTube, Victory Saber 77, Facebook, the Victory Saber 77, host of Plastic Fanatics, the late night aftercast every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No show the next couple weeks though, because I'm gonna be gone.
I will say this: that's the only show that's on Saturdays. Just so you guys know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it definitely is. You can.
Oh, I guess we got it. I'm saying we have to do something for the next couple of weeks because.
Yeah, so.
Pick up the slack for James.
Yeah. Sorry. So I won't be here next week either. I actually am. I want a prize with work, and I'm gonna Go learn how to drive rally cars.
The prize is you get to work overtime.
Yeah, it's actually
It's more hours.
they're flying me to Jacksonville to this cool place, and they're gonna wine and dine us. And
So no show next week, folks.
yeah, I was actually just fixing to say, who am I going to send these shout-out notes to? But I'm sure we'll figure that out. You can find me at Pinkerton on Instagram, PNKR10, where I post pretty much absolutely nothing anymore. But you can find me in the Facebook groups under Christopher Pinkerton, because that's what my mama named me. And she spelled it with a K. Go figure. Shout out to the network: Toy Detox, SCU, Nerd Rage, Plastic Fanatics, Figga Bangin' every other Wednesday. This is the other, not the Wednesday. So no shit this week.
This week coming
we
up.
We gotta get this figured out. We need to. Just,
You know what?
to
We
make
just
that
need to fucking do it every fucking week.
we need to just do it every week.
It's
you
a
guys
deluxe.
also-
It's a deluxe. It's Hasbro.
Yeah,
It's done.
guys, if you guys have any horrible figures that you want Ace to try not to break on camera, hit us up on the social medias, and we will review whatever you want us to review.
I send him my horrible figures in hopes that he breaks them, so then I get my money and I get rid of the figure.
That's right.
Win-win for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's no representation is made that the break will be clean nor repairable. Shout out to Toy Lab friends, Myth Lab, Ronan, fix some shit. We need to see some shit fixed.
Yeah, man. We haven't seen a fucking Toy Lab friends.
We've
in
seen
a while, man.
some keyboards though.
Come on, man. Ronan, man. Come on. Get up on your game, bro.
You should just do a video about making these things. I mean,
You should have
combine
done,
both
yeah,
of those
you
hobbies
should've done.
into one.
That's right.
All right. I'm NJCC next week, so we'll see what's up.
Yeah. So yeah, you want to shout that out, Dust? That we did.
Next week, New Jersey.
Well, it's this week. It's this Sunday.
Well,
right?
it's next week. To me, it's next week.
Yeah, but it's this coming Sunday.
It's
This
Sunday.
okay?
Sunday coming up.
Excuse me. This coming Sunday, we have New Jersey
Collectors
Convention at Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Am I talking slow enough? Cherry Hill. I mean, you guys know what the fuck we do. We all hang out. We meet up and just do it, man. Just come through and it's gonna be a good time, man. Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
I'll be there.
Bobby Skullface will be there. We will be there. NJ ROC's in here, and I'm fighting with Wookie right now, so we won't be there.
Shout out to the Cobra Law family. When we getting our hard copies, Dust? Soon?
Next week,
Next week. Awesome.
hard copies are done, T-shirts are done, and the packages are going out next week.
Send your what's in the fucking box and your shelf life videos to
Enter the Realm Cast at gmail.com.
and you too can appear on this very channel
Oh.
if you're watching YouTube with some awesome entrance music and exit music by Dust Truly. Doom, doom.
Dust Truly. Who's that?
He's occasional Kid Mets.
Hashtag Dust Truly.
You can find the Realm of Collectors on Twitter at Enter the ROC. Our Facebook group is Realm of Collectors. It is a private, closed group, whatever. It's not a private group. If you want to slide on in and not to post weird pictures of your Barack Obama Time magazine collection, that actually happened this week. If nobody saw that. On Instagram, you can find us at Realm of Collectors. We post daily collector news. Our website is www.realmofcollectors.com. You can find us on iTunes and whatever podcast app you use and whatever you will listen to podcasts on. Go on iTunes and give us a 5-star rating because that's what all the cool kids are doing. And that's going to wrap up our show for tonight. So we'll have a hangout in about 20-25 minutes.
Yes.
That's open to you, and you.
And you.
Anybody
And that guy.
join in and chop it up.
Hey,
Darius,
look at that you behind you. That you.
Darius, are you going to be
That
able to join us in the hangout tonight?
I certainly can. I got nothing else going on.
There you go. Hey, you guys have questions for Darius? We'll have the chat open in the hangout also, and the hangout will be open. So that'll be in about 20-25 minutes. I guess that'll wrap it up. I leave this in your hands for next week, gentlemen. Please don't burn it to the ground.
Oh, dude.
No problem.
Hey, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and we appreciate that. See you in a little bit.
I'm gonna
Peace.
start, I'm gonna start calling J. Roos. I'm gonna start calling J. Roos Jints. I'm gonna let Jints.
Ah, fuck this.
Yeah.